Hello guys, and welcome down to the 2023 development stream here on Virtual Towers. Hope everybody is doing well. There is over 90 people in the chat right now. That is insane. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's downloaded the demo as well. I am Luke. I'm going to be hosting tonight, but I'm with Pete, James, Blakey, and Dave. Everyone say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are we live now? Yeah.
We are live now. Yeah.
Take two.
Hey, good. How is everyone in the chat? Hope you're all doing well and had a fantastic New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you're doing great. And if you have downloaded the Nemesis demo, let us know in the comments what you think about it. But yeah, we've got 3 screens on the screen for you right now. We've got Pete's over on the right, Dave's on the left. We'll talk about that more later in the stream. And we've got James down at the bottom. He might be giving you all a bit of a crash course on how to operate Ripsaw.
Well, if I'm real, it might be a crash course.
It might be a crash course, yeah. But we're going to concentrate on Pete's screen for now. We're going to head over and answer some questions that were received on Discord. Originally, we were going to stream this on Discord as well, but just for this stream, we're not going to go into it. So you just have to come over to YouTube. If you know anyone who's not watching this, who's on Discord now waiting, please tell them to come over to YouTube and watch. That'd be great. Well, yeah, here we go. Pete's screen.
Where shall we start? Where shall we go? What do we do?
I don't know. What should we do? Oh, first of all, thank you, Coasterbot, for doing the little Easter egg. Really appreciate that, Harry. That was literally just an idea of mine. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to see what is a monorail if we can get Harry to put that in. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, because I think that's probably like the best place to start the demo at the moment, because obviously the other side of the park isn't anywhere near existing, let alone done. The only place to realistically start your day at the park is you get off the monorail. So that's why we started in the station this side.
Yeah.
So it's like it's part of the story that is you're going to the park for the day. So eventually there'll be like all different cutscenes. You'll start at the other end. You'll make your way over the monorail. There'll be lots of bits and pieces, but that's way further down the line. So this is our easiest way to be our starting point.
Yeah. I walk. Yeah, a lot of people do walk, but I mean, when it's not a busy park, though, you can just get the monorail, can't you? So
yeah. Eventually, though, you'll be able to walk. All of that pathway will be put in.
Yeah.
I've walked that path way too many times in one day.
Walking the pathway back is the worst thing ever.
Didn't we walk that pathway like 4 times one day?
Yeah, we did. And then that's why I like staying in the lodges, because you can just walk out of Forbidden Valley and then just walk back in. It's just great. Did you get John Wardley to say the lines? Yes.
Yes,
Dave,
is John.
do you want to talk about that? I'll let Dave talk about that.
Yeah, so quite fortunate in that I've been sort of talking to John for quite a few years, and he's helped with the project in quite a lot of ways, more than most people actually know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been giving him progress updates. He's played our previous demos, and he loves what we're doing.
Yeah. And
we wanted to bring something special to this little demo, and we thought this would be perfect. You know, get his voice in there, and it teaches you how to sort of do some of the basics as well. And yeah, he was very happy to provide us with the audio if we gave him a script.
Yeah, he did an amazing job as well. Like, he knocked it out of the park. The first time we got them audio tracks back off him, it was so surreal listening to that. It was like, how have we done this? Like, we can't wait for people to see it. But yeah, what specs are John Wardley's PC?
Oh, I can tell you about that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
He hasn't got a PC. He's got a Mac.
It's a Mac product.
But it was good to be able to have like direct input from him. It was one of our big secrets that we kept from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like all the mods on the Discord that have been helping us test, even they didn't know until 2-3 days before we actually released it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was surreal.
And then their reactions were what we wanted from everybody who they weren't to know about it. And it was like, yes, that is
I
why we
think-
wanted to keep it special.
Yeah, I think Digital Dan's reaction in his video. If you haven't seen that, guys, please go and watch it. It's hilarious. After the stream, go and watch that video. It's fantastic. But yeah, you could tell he was like proper shocked. It was very funny. And thanks to everyone that's been making videos as well and streams and all kinds of content with the demo. Please carry on and keep tagging us on social media as well. We check them all. We check all the comments as well. It's interesting to see. It's nice to see, isn't it? Something that we've been working on for so long, and then people just get to enjoy it, make content, and enjoy the demo. But yeah, it was so much of like a rush, wasn't it, to get out? Should we have a walk down to the entrance, Pete?
Well, I think the first thing
All right,
is also in the station is we are using it for custom posters, which are all very well made by Blakey.
Yeah, Blakey in the house.
Hello, yes.
So we've got all nice posters. I don't know if anyone's actually taken the time to sort of walk down and look at them.
Probably not. They've probably gone, oh, a door, let's go through it. Yay.
Yeah. And then we'll just fly through.
Yeah, Pete is in editor mode, not in game mode.
Yeah. So then that also leads up to the first big, very much different, but also not different, also made by Blakey.
Yep.
These new signs. So if you want to explain about why they exist.
Yeah, it's a nice story, actually.
So for a while now, we've taken the view that we've wanted to bring the magic back, if like, or certainly what me and Pete remember, sort of the 90s. I was actually given the task of replacing the entrance signs because they originally had the maps there with bits faded out that it couldn't accessible yet, and they needed updating. So I was told, "Oh, could you update the graphics?" Yeah, sure. Now I took the step of making a decision myself actually to make the old star signs, the ones that you see there now. But I didn't actually tell anyone I was going to do that. I just sort of did them, submitted them, and went, "Oh, what do you make of that?" Thankfully, everyone liked them, and
awesome.
they sort of stayed.
And it puts something in that area as well where the booths used to be, because it's so strange still seeing the entrance without the ticket booths in the middle. It is really weird. Still.
I mean, the actual signs are still there, but it's just like the circular discs, and it's all been covered over now.
Yeah.
But I thought, just bring it back, bring the magic back.
Yeah. So how long did they take you to make?
As with a lot of things I make, a lot of it is all down to research. So research included, you're probably looking at a good couple of days. And just when you think you've done something, or you finished it, you then find another image. Think, oh, I've got to make them again now. So, for example, the banners on the top that say "Welcome to Virtual Towers." Now, I did another version of that banner, and then I saw one image and one image only where it had flag correct. So the day after I submitted the final design, it's like, oh no, I found another image, and it shows those flags basically, and it sort of helps tie the two styles together. The sort of the magical 90s look and the more contemporary style that there is now.
Yeah, and that wouldn't look out of place now, I don't think, in the park. It's so nice, and the materials as well, the gloss effect and stuff. It's really cool. But yeah, so you've done all that as well, and you've had a major impact on the project with all the buildings and the research. Like the amount of research, guys, that we do, it's ridiculous. it's crazy, but we enjoy doing it, and that's why we do it. And you get results like that, and it's just a little sign at the end of the day. But the amount of thought and preparation and idea that's gone behind it, that's what we're all about. So that makes me proud. Them little things like that make me proud to be part of the project a lot. Like when you see it all together, that's when it makes it great, isn't it? When it all comes together. Oh, where's the cheese? Yeah,
but yeah, the whole entrance area, the building you're looking at now, from the last release, it's all brand new.
Yeah, it's a brand new entrance plaza completely. Well, not plaza, but the building. What you walk through now, the turnstiles. And yes, one of them is open, Digital Dan. That made me laugh a lot. Yeah, so we're in the Peach Fountain room, I like to call it.
Yeah, so this room originally was once used to get season passes. If you ever got one before box office was a thing, you used to go into the desk and get your photo done here and stuff. But there's not really any use to a lot of the buildings on Tower Street or this building now, especially from a guest perspective.
No.
So that's why we created the whole event story, that you were going to the park, you were going to meet John Wardley, but no one's here because, again,
You were all late.
playing on the story that, yeah, we haven't got other players and everything, blah, 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 blah. You're the only one here.
Mhm.
That's why we did it that way. That's why we did it that way round. So then we created this whole room as a precursor to essentially whatever will be the next area will be showcased in here in its own little themed experience,
Yeah.
shall we say. So obviously we've got sort of a dark Nemesis themed and sort of all the lighting, and then we've obviously got the plans and sort of old imagery. Wardley's book, definitely get it because it is such a good read.
Yeah, definitely 100%. He reads it out
even if-
himself, by the way, guys, on Audible.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, get the audio book. It's fantastic to just listen to as well. It's about 8 hours, I think.
Yeah, great.
But it's so good. And then, for some reasons, why does no one know about the legend?
Yeah.
Like, come on. The legend that is also Tom Baker opening Nemesis, reading the book, reading the story.
Yeah, it's literally.
That's why we put it in.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't found the cheese, which, yes, Luke does actually say, that is his voice on the recording, saying,
Where's
find
the
the key and find the cheese.
Where's the cheese?
You may get to see what is on the other side.
Yeah.
Live now, today.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. Depends on how many people we've got by the end, if it's worth showing.
Well, we've got currently 100 people watching, which is bonkers.
Wow.
Guys, if you
That's
don't
great.
mind, give this video a thumbs up. It would do so well for our channel. It'd get us out there into the YouTube world. We'd really appreciate it. The more exposure, the better.
And then just...
Dave's models on the desk.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they are... That is actually the station, just scaled down to head crab size.
It's an old... Is it an older form of it? Or is it exactly the same?
It's the same model
The
because
same
it
one.
updates at the same time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just heavily poly reduced.
Yeah, very poly reduced. And then the trains.
Also,
And then,
yeah,
like,
I didn't do the train. I wasn't. I can't claim that.
So that was made by, on our
Oh,
forum,
thank you guys so much.
Lord Asdi. He made them. Fantastic work on the trains.
Yeah, thanks, Asdi. Really appreciate that. Absolutely knocked it out of the park.
And then, so if anyone has questioned why the map looks like that,
Yes. Find the cheese.
it's not finding the cheese.
No, it's just, I'm just reading the comments out. There's a lot of people saying find the cheese.
So if anyone wonders why the map looks like that, look at the 1994 advert.
Yes.
1997, I think, actually.
Oh, was it
Was
7?
it 97? I
Yeah,
thought it was
no,
later because I thought it was 94 when they go through the map.
No, that's 97, I'm sure it is.
And there is the historian.
So between basically the 90s,
Yeah. It's
the
a
advert
TV advert.
has the map look like that on the wall, and it like they're meant to represent it like whippling and bulging out of the wall. Can't be doing that, but it was just a cool effect, just to make it more obvious that that's what you needed to go and do. So again, it's part of the history, as in why we're doing a lot of things a bit old compared to the new. It's
Oh,
bringing
Lord
back
Asdi's
the
in the
magic.
chat.
Oh, wow.
Happening.
Wow, awesome. Where are those air trains?
Well, thank you so much, Lord Asdi. It's awesome to see your work as well. I mean, we'll have to have a chat like in a Discord sometime, because you know you've done a lot for us, and we really appreciate it. A lot of hard work went into them trains. Massive.
Yeah, a lot of that's the kind of stuff that I can't model, and none of any other of us can really model.
Well,
And we will need his help for air trains.
yes.
We will.
But yeah. Right. Should we go somewhere else that we've not been for a while?
Okay, so anyone that has had the Nemesis version, there are massive, obviously, frame rate improvements. Performance is through the roof compared to what it used to be.
Yep.
One of the reasons it is we're using different streaming methods for levels. At the moment, we are in tests where the whole park is loaded. It works, still not like perfect, but remember our old download size of, I think it was like 27, nearly 30 gig or something?
Yeah, it was something stupid.
And everyone was saying, like, how have you managed to get this 9 gig? Oh, well, there's half the park isn't even there. No. The whole park is actually there. It's just hidden.
Yeah.
The download size is it. It is 9 gig for the entire park now. All the levels are just hidden.
Currently 9 gig.
Well, yeah, as of right now, it's 9 gig. But yeah, they'll probably change eventually. But not like huge amounts. It might get to like 50.
You went through the barrier. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. The rest of the park is there. It's just hidden. We are testing having the whole world sort of visible and explorable, which some of the mods have found. So we'll wait and see what the results are with that.
Yes, because we're trying it with real life data with multiple machines. We're not just trying it with the developers' machines, because all our machines are designed to run and develop this project, where other people's machines aren't. So we're trying it. That's how we're optimizing it now going forward, is making sure that everyone can play it at some.
Bearing in mind, I do use a laptop.
Yeah, so Blakey uses a trackpad. He hasn't got a mouse. Just let me just throw that out there.
Yeah, models on a
How you
trackpad.
model with a trackpad.
He models everything with a trackpad. I just,
Yeah, nuts. No. But he also runs the game on a laptop.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah.
Just is still running.
So we've got a couple of in the chat, people want to see Smiler. Want to go down to X Sector, maybe? Have a stroll down?
Yeah, let's go. So,
should we go through a few of the questions as well?
Yeah, while I'm making my way there, I'll do a slow walk. There we go. So you can go through the questions.
Portable will never happen unless phones like just go crazy.
Just very quickly, hello, Sue Hale.
Oh, hello,
He
Sue.
got upset that I didn't. Yeah, everyone say hello to Sue Hale.
Hi, Sue.
Hello, Sue.
Mate of mine. Yeah, hi, Sue.
Oh, that building's changed.
Oh yeah, oh it has.
Anyone know why it's blue in the chat? If you know why that is blue, you'll have been around 2000 and Blakey, 2000 and.
Was it 2007?
It was after.
Do you know why it's blue?
Yeah.
I
know it's blue. I just can't remember what year the rubbish was out. It's 2007-ish, I think. Yeah. Somewhere around there. But
yeah, 2007, 2009.
Yes, there we go.
Towers Trading is just an empty building at the moment, isn't it? I believe.
Whoa, too fast.
Yeah, so
we've got some biscuits.
Chocolates and biscuits so far. Yeah, that's an ongoing project. But when Tower Street opens, that'll be all.
Yeah, there's not a lot in there.
All done.
Right, slow walk. Right, but yes, in the chat, if you know why it's blue, think about the name and why we might use it. We'll come back to it later, and we'll find out who got the right answers.
Yeah.
Right. Questions from Discord.
Yeah, let's go through some questions.
So, first one from Joel. Will you be able to operate the other rides, and will there be guests to make operating more interesting? Yes, other rides will be operable. We're having to work our way back through the park, implementing it. Started with Nemesis, so we could do the tech demo. It's partially implemented on Wicker Man. And follow up to that as well, could you add a map best with a teleporting system because walking speed is very slow? You've already tested it.
Yeah, you've tried it.
The Nemesis tech demo is showing off that
the
ability.
Teleportation. Yeah.
So
teleportation will be done via map points and park area entrances. So if you think about where in the park there are maps, so Tower Street, Gloomy Wood,
X Sector.
Nemesis, X Sector, Dark Forest, all of those will be points to teleport from, but there may be teleport to more locations. Because, say for example, the ones between X Sector and Dark Forest are quite close, but if you go to X Sector or to Dark Forest, you'll actually go to their entrance areas rather than the maps.
Yeah.
But to teleport from them, you come from the maps. So that's how we're going to do teleportation. Will it be on a device, on be it a phone or watch, or what we're actually looking at doing is more of a tablet style?
Yeah.
So if anyone has played Saints Row, so the new Saints Row game, that has basically a tablet-sized device that runs about half the screen. That's probably the size that we're going to look at, because that allows us a lot more space to do more details, more apps. So there are going to be, like, at the moment, you can change time of day via the plus and minus buttons.
Yeah.
That will be done via the app. And yes, same with weather.
Yeah.
Because there's no real way of doing that with keys, because there's too many options to choose from. So each time you choose a new option for weather, it has to essentially build the weather. I think it's probably the easiest way of saying it. So it has to change all the clouds over, change the lighting over. So if you click it, it progresses the weather to whatever you select. There's no way of doing that via buttons. So it'll be done via the app.
And in terms of, will there be guests eventually? No time soon. AI is, especially for having them decide to go to a queue up, navigate through the queue, get on the right. Yeah, it's a very complex, not easy thing to do. Will story mode get a story eventually?
Has one.
Again, everything in the demo is precursor to what is coming.
Yeah.
There is the story of you're the only person in the park for a reason. You're late.
Yeah, and that's why I did the whole exclusive preview event in the preview center. Don't be late. It was
everyone was like,
"What do you mean?
Are we meeting at Towers?
How are we going to get there? How are we going to meet there at that time?" I'm like, "Well, you can't because you're going to be late." And then John Wilder says, "Oh, you missed it." So there you go. That was a little backstory to the release. And that's why we did it. And then that preview poster that we did is going to be on a lanyard to buy at some point when we start talking about merch and other stuff, which we'll mention a bit later on. But we're walking slowly because we're answering questions.
Yeah. I see it's being mentioned in the chat, but also, what about T's VR mode? We've looked into it.
We have tried VR.
The performance, it's a struggle enough just to get performance decent on a single screen.
Yeah.
VR, you are doing motion tracking. You are rendering the image twice. Not everything likes to be rendered in VR.
Yeah,
well.
Static
UDS.
clouds. You have to use static clouds in VR.
Yeah,
as
static
well.
clouds.
Weather won't be a thing.
Water as well doesn't like being rendered.
Yeah.
So it's things we've looked into. There are certain bits that we could do, like a standalone VR experience for a certain ride.
Because it's also the controls as well, which to use motion controls is an entire new control scheme, which has to be written from the ground up to use different kinds of controllers, different types of interaction, because you've got the triggers to use your fingers, you've got to go to where you need to. There's a lot more than just put it in VR. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and this is like the X Sector. The release that came out a couple of years ago with Wicker Man. This is a pretty much completely different engine, rebuilt from the ground up. We've rebuilt everything, so it's not a case of, why haven't you done anything since then? Well, we have, and you can see, look, X Sector's completely changed. We've redone all the foliage, the textures on the Smiler. So much has been done. Me and Dave spent hours and days doing the foliage around here and down in X sector. Like, took a long time, didn't it, Dave, to get it like looking a little bit different.
Yeah, a lot of work went into Oblivion's queue
Yeah.
area because it's not easy to get right. You think you know what it's like, but really it's different to what you remember in your head.
Yeah. It really is. Right, Pete, have a pan up. Let's go in the sky and have a look around. There we go. So there's X sector, and then if you want to go over to Oblivion's queue, you can see all the new foliage and what that looks like. And yeah, we'll show a smiler off in a minute. But yeah, everything's there. Like that's all been redone.
And it's still being redone.
Yeah, and so
still a lot of work to do.
And the reason why James touched on it briefly before, we're using Nemesis as basically as a test bench for the programming of all the other roller coasters. That's why none of the other roller coasters are out currently. In this new version.
Originally it was thought that Nemesis was only going to be one tray.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
The camera system that has been implemented is being rolled out to all of the rides.
Yeah, you can look around. No one's mentioned it. No one's mentioned that you can actually look around.
You can look around, actually boarding the ride and exiting the ride is a lot more of a smooth process.
Yeah.
Easy to decide what seat you want to go into.
Yeah, every seat is rideable. It's not just one fixed seat in any. There's no fixed cameras anymore, other than in. So, like, say for instance, Enterprise. It's like at the moment there is one
carriage that actually.
There it is.
But you can ride that one, but eventually it will be in all of them. So if you want to choose, well, I don't want that one. I want this one.
I want to go and walk underneath Oblivion and then choose the one next to it.
So it's like, oh, well, I fancy walking all the way around, and I'm going to start from this position. Well, why not?
Yeah.
You can.
Is it March? Yeah, I agree. I'm missing towers. Next question then from Discord. I think we've covered that one.
Covered that.
Should we touch on Duel? Because everyone's asking about Duel.
Well, I mean, what have we got? Change the weather. Change.
Yeah, already covered that.
Visit.
Able to change the year of your visit. It's something that we've thought of doing.
We would love
but it won't
to do
be
that.
Park wide.
No,
it will be so. So it's actually quite handy, seeing as we are over in X sector.
It would be the ability to swap out a ride more than kind of changing the entire park.
What two rides occupied this space? Answers in the comments, and we'll see who's right.
The horrible one that is very painful if you're a man.
Yeah. I always find loose change though.
Yes.
Well, you used to. You won't do now, would you, if it was around?
Okay. So
find someone's Monzo card.
Oh, there's the other one. Energizer.
Yes.
As well.
Congrats, you Weldon.
So this will be our first. When we get to it, it's not happening anytime soon.
No.
When we get to the ability, because anyone that knows the way Energizer and Submission occupied this site will know that one of them is very, very different.
Yeah.
Because it had a massive pit. That means this section of landscape has to be changeable. So it has to be detached from the main world, and then it has to update.
Retro Squad will not be appearing in.
No travelling flat rides. They do not exist.
No, we're not
Hence
doing
why
Retro
Ripsaw is there.
Yeah, Ripsaw's there. Would you rather have Ripsaw or Funkenfly? Honestly, answer that question.
If you say Funkenfly, did you ever get to ride it because of how much downtime it had?
Mm.
Although I'd rather have Spin Jam than
Submission.
So,
well, I'd rather have Energizer.
But if we do have Submission,
there's only one way to find out.
It won't be painful.
Yeah, Submission was pain. Well, maybe we'll have to have a pain meter on the player, and it's like more painful to ride.
and then
the multiplier,
and then it tips going off the pain meter.
Yeah,
starts off at ouch,
and then it's just kill me now. Let me off this thing. Yeah, no.
Right. Is there anything
will
about
there be-
Duel on
What?
Discord? Is there anything about Duel on Discord?
There
not
probably
proper.
are, but we're doing it in order.
Oh, okay.
So
Alright.
Will there be custom audio for explaining the operation of rides, like John Wardley did with Nemesis?
Something we can do.
maybe
Yes,
not.
maybe no. It depends on we got John Wardley to do it because it was a special thing, but also the way we're building the systems. I've seen people have said that Nemesis control panel isn't accurate. It's not. We said from the start that it wasn't
We
going
mentioned that 2 months prior to
Because-
actually dropping the release, putting it out there.
to be. The
Yeah.
reason we've made it that way is so that we can then alter it slightly to be used for another coaster.
Yeah.
But the overall kind of usage of that panel is the same. So we
Yeah.
only need to teach you how to do something once.
Yeah,
Like
all
most games
panels will
won't
be
teach you
the
how to do
same.
something multiple times.
No.
It'll go.
Yeah.
Here's how you do it. Okay, get on with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So all panels will be the same, even though they're technically inaccurate, because that's no different than No Limits. No Limits uses the same panel for any type of coaster, and we know
Yep.
full well that's not right.
Plus, to be honest, if it was actually the exact panel, there'd be far too many tedious options and steps and additional things
Yeah.
to do in a game that it wouldn't be fun anymore.
So that's where the crossover between game and simulation has to have its line blurred. However,
Luca, with the operation clipboard, if you look at it and click it, it will zoom into it.
Yeah.
Hence why it says
there
click me.
are, like, if anyone has operated Blade, that shows you they're not all the same.
No one's operated Blade. Don't be silly.
Yeah, because no one seems to wait at the sign that says wait till the gate opens.
Yeah.
It literally has instructions
Oh.
in front of you.
Someone has.
But so certain rides will have slightly
Very
different
true, Tom.
controls.
Yeah.
But most coasters will have the same controls.
Dispatch.
Gates,
Harnesses.
harnesses.
Gates.
Yeah.
We'll just casually ignore the screen on the mobilizer, just as a side note.
Yeah, no, that was blame Bink, and we'll move on from that.
But have a look at Wicker Man. Or should we show off some of the Dark Forest progression that we've done?
I mean, I can
Yeah.
go that way round, or I can go that way
People
round.
have been
Yeah.
asking about Dark Forest.
Yeah,
and
let's
see.
go over to Dark Forest. Let's see where we're at.
We'll take
While we're
another
at-
slow walk, and we'll go through some of the more.
Will you charge for your game? If the answer is yes, how much? There's
Well,
no
we'll
plans
not
on.
charge.
We will not charge for that, but we have something to talk about a little bit later on in the stream. So we'll
But
come back to
also
that.
on Itch, there is the ability
They're also
to donate,
donate.
because it's not free to develop this. It takes up ridiculous amount of time,
And also money. Like we all have put money into it.
A
yeah,
lot of
I
money.
mean, the like downloading of assets. There are assets that we buy that we can't make, so it's easier to buy them, and they're not cheap.
Like
Like,
one
This might
that
be
we
a good
have.
opportunity to remind people that this is not our job.
Yeah,
No.
We actually have day jobs.
yeah. You know,
Like, yeah,
so
there was one asset that we have shown off us testing it out. it-
Bruce.
Yes, Bruce. So Fluid Flux, water simulation system, which we are going to be using for rapids. Hopefully replacing the water that is currently in Nemesis's pit with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we are waiting for an update on it.
Yeah, and that was over £300
Yeah.
of our own money. That if we hadn't had any donations, we wouldn't have been able to buy. So we really do appreciate people that do donate. Like,
Yeah, massively.
it's hard to sort of express when you don't really have the ability to say, yes, we actually do use the money. We really do appreciate people giving whatever they can, because it really does help what we're doing.
again, it does all go into the project, not none of it lines our pockets. It goes straight directly into virtual towers.
This walk is so slow, Pete. Come on.
Fine.
You
Right,
just-
we had some
You
monster
can't
then.
blame them.
One
There we
from
go. We've had some monster. We just
one
went
from
past the
Dark
hydration
Shadow.
station, so we'll get some monster.
What's that?
aside from what's already been released, what area or attraction are you most looking forward to releasing in future?
Oh my god.
I'm looking forward to getting Hex back out.
Yeah, Hex would be good for me personally because
Yeah, Hex is good. It's a fun project working inside there because it is very different.
And work has been happening. Like I have been reworking.
do you want to tell them about Rave Hex?
Yeah. So
I mean, we could show it.
No, not Rave Hex.
Actually, you've just reminded me of something.
So I was
You remember Rave
testing.
Nemesis?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Rave Nemesis.
Yeah, Rave Nemesis was nuts.
So with Hex, I have been looking at redoing the
Shadow
kind of like
Legends.
showrooms and also the main vault sequence. So normal sequence, but just for a bit of a joke, I decided to stick RGB strobes into the vault. And it was a drum and bass version of "You Spin Me Right Around." Play.
We might show it
works really well.
We might show it on Discord. So if you're not on our Discord server, then please do join it. Yeah, we're gonna do some stage streams in there as well.
Since we're all the big thing at the moment is Easter egg. Where's the key?
Yeah.
Right when Hex is done, Rave Hex will be a thing. You're just gonna have to work for it.
Oh yes, we're having a chat pass rave room in Hex. Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
That'd be cool.
Right. So we'll go now to what has been going on with Dark Forest.
Yeah.
And I think Luke should do this because most of it is his work.
So
Kind of.
basically, we've been getting the basics of Dark Forest in because it's an area of the park that I really, really enjoy being in. Yes, Rita's there and 13, but it's a historic part of the park as well. So I've just been working on the trees, the foliage, the grass, the bushes, the shrubbery, all that stuff around the toilets and the entranceway into Dark Forest. I've moved down to where Rita is, but this is obviously where the toilets are. You've all been there. If you've all been to the park, you've all run out of woodcutters and needed the toilet because there isn't a toilet in woodcutters, which is very annoying. And you've made your way down here. So yeah, there you go. That's the start of it. So we have started. I've done the left-hand side as well. But yeah, it's been fun to work in this area. It's been nice to work in a new area. I will admit that straight away because we've been working in Forbidden Valley for so long. But yeah, even smoking area there. Look. But yeah, everything you see is WIP. It's work in progress. It's not finished at all. But yeah.
Oh, I just want to touch on something as well because you said about the areas we're most looking forward to.
Yeah.
For me, it's air, but we have to re-backtrack to do air.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be one day. The moment when I can walk around there and have the original music playing, and it's just that is what I want.
Doop 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 doop. Yeah, we need that. We need that going.
I think we're all looking forward to different areas for different reasons. I mean, I'm quite looking forward to Cred Street personally, just because it's an area I remember as a kid back in the 90s. Yeah. Toyland tours and the theatre, and although we're sort of doing that ourselves, we are going to put a slight twist on it, it's a slight spin on things.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there's Rita.
Yes, it is going to be air instead of Galactica.
Yes, it will be air. Yeah.
There's no point in doing Galactica. Like,
the thing
yes,
that made
I'll
it
just
Galactica
we'll
was
just make your
rubbish.
screen black while you're on the ride. There you go.
Yeah. But yeah,
Have a Galactica button.
Broken VR.
as you can see, Dark Forest is very, very empty.
Very
Bar some
young.
nice areas.
Yes,
Very
Digital
nice.
Dan, it's Rita, your favourite.
I mean, even that had to be redone twice, and then I've still got to do all the supports, which all have to be hand done.
I'm very happy with the shaping of it, how it came out as well. We spent a lot of time on the attraction source, POV, at like 25% speed.
Yeah, trying to count cross ties to get the density correct, and all sorts.
Yep, and then next
there's
door.
also the next ride that's going to be a nightmare. No, we have no idea how we're doing the drop track.
Yeah, we have
We don't
absolutely
know.
no idea how we're going to do it. answers on a postcard. But we will get it done.
But I think this is a point for Luke to explain why this view is kind of important.
Which view? Oh yeah. So we were looking back at footage of 13 when it opened. If you look at the GMTV, Blakey, was it that one? Or was it the Blue Peter one?
Yeah, I think it was GMTV and there's a
Blue
couple others as well.
Blue Peter didn't do one, did they?
No, Blue Peter didn't do 13.
Yeah, so the track does actually raise at the bottom of the drop, which I'm very meticulous at looking at shaping, especially when it's going into this project, more so than when I am just working on a No Limits 2 project. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that shaping of it. So yeah, just have a look at it. Have a look at it all, the full layout. It's looking great. It might not be the final version, but it's getting there.
If anything like me, you'll have about 18 more.
I've already
versions
got
to go.
18 more builds, but but yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. How it started off, and it's in situ now as well, along the plan line as well. You can see that there, which the plans are absolutely shocking for Dark Forest. They practically don't exist.
So low res, and these are upscaled. And
yeah, these are all available as well on the Staffordshire Moorlands website. So it's not anything we've got it's there. Anyone can access them.
But yeah, Dark Forest.
Dark Forest, there you go. Yeah.
It's just nothing here. Also, it for some reason is incredibly buggy. It always crashes in play mode. No idea why. There's nothing over here running. It just crashes.
Yeah.
It just does.
Unreal.
But going this way.
Ooh, yeah, let's go this way.
So Skyride, that's in progress. We'll have a tour on that later. So again, that's something that is working in part. It's not anywhere near done, but you'll be able to see later when we go back to Tower Street how that's coming.
I can smell the Tesla coil. Yeah.
And then we'll go over to Blakey to explain
Blakey
what on
Land.
earth is that.
Yeah, Blakey Land. I mean, it's nothing new. We did cover this before. But yeah, Cred Street.
It is.
There's always the issue of, well, how do we have this area of the park? Because for many years it's always had Charlie the Chocolate Factory, and of course now it's the world of David Volumes. It's all intellectual property. So for copyright reasons we can't use them.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how best represent the area? I thought, well, it's kind of tucked away in the corner, so it gives us a bit of free reign. Really, we can almost do what we like with it, but at the same time want to be true to Alton Towers. So I thought, well, why not just go back in time? So people fondly remember Toyland Tours, so well, let's put Toyland Tours back in.
Seems to be going down well, that Blakey in the chat. Yes. Everyone's buzzing. Good.
Good.
That's the reaction we wanted.
Who would rather go on the dungeons than Toyland Tours?
No, Toyland Tours all day.
Because I mean, no.
It is basically the ideal Alton Towers timeline to what we think as
it's bringing the magic back.
Yeah.
So
for many people, Toyland Tours was magical.
And then do you want to explain why this isn't what it should be?
Okay, so there is a significance to the name. So yes, for those who remember the area, yes, it was the Cadbury's chocolate house, and again, we can't use a Cadbury name. So what do we do? Well, as luck would have it, there's actually a hill nearby, which I think the flag tower stands on, or near there. It's called Bunbury Hill.
Bunbury Hill. Bunbury
chocolate. Well, Bunbury. Well, Cadbury sounds like Bunbury. Well, let's call it Bunbury's. And of course,
yep. There's method in our madness, guys.
Of course, Bunbury is also the name of the wizard mascot Towers used to have back in '93, I think it was, when Talbot Street became the land of make believe. They brought out these mascots.
A lonely wizard. Yeah.
When you get to the edge of the map, nothing.
Yep.
Flag tower.
That area is being worked on, coast to corner. So it sort of exists. It's being worked on. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do with coast to corner. Should we bring it back?
What?
Can we bring it back?
I don't know.
You can't have it though, because it would. Oh wait, no, because it would have been Doom and Sons with Coast to Corner, wouldn't it? So
Doom and Sons Dark Ride, anyone? I think that'd be cool. Let's do that. Doom
and Sons did exist with
Project Horizon. Well, we don't know what it's going to be. Like, it's just so
there's nothing to say we don't put Project Horizon
That's
in,
true.
depending on what it is.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
if it's just loads of screens and stuff in a dark ride that you don't actually see anything, well, there's kind of no point. It's in a big shed.
Yeah, we just do the building and put some shutters down, and there you go, Horizon done.
Yeah.
No, just don't have it at all. Well, again, yeah, we don't know what Project Horizon is, so we'll have to sort of see and find out.
Yeah.
And
So
there's
Red Street now.
another bit of history for anyone that remembers.
What, the Coaster Gen logo on the TV? Yeah, I remember.
Yes, they still haven't changed
Describe
the
the
channel
Coaster
from that
Gen.
rubbish.
Change the channel quick.
There we go.
Beautiful. Have a look around the other that building as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
we had the old Nickelodeon Out of Control.
Yeah.
The very short-lived walkthrough attraction.
Don't go in.
No, something is behind this door.
Yes, but we're not showing that. We're keeping top secrets. So right.
Yeah. So in life it was an indoor play area, but why have an indoor play area in a computer game? So we thought, well, we're going back in time, so why not have it as a little museum?
No, we're not doing Gangster Granny.
Nope, because
No,
Williams
again,
is
intellectual
IP.
property, we can't touch it.
Although we do have a working model of Gangster Granny before the ride was actually built.
Yeah.
It does exist.
Yeah.
We actually did do a video of it, but we ain't doing anything with it.
Should we
Because
go
we can't.
to Katanga?
So the furthest point from the park, how should we get there?
Just
Really super quick speed.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Gardens.
question
Mess.
from Blair.
no, the
what
gardens isn't a
area-
mess. Hang on a minute. The top of the gardens is really nice as you go in.
Okay, so we'll show the top of the gardens.
Yeah, I'm working on it. All right. Give me a break.
What area has been the funnest to build?
Nemesis has been pretty fun,
Nemesis
even
was
though
really
it's been
fun.
struggling in places.
Yeah. And
It's-
follow on to that as well, what one has been the most boring to build? Nothing's been boring, I would say.
No, doing the rocks in
I think
Katanga
after a
Canyon
while,
was
you just
quite
got
boring.
burned out, don't you? So
Yeah, it's a lot
it
of it's
depends
been.
on how boring is defined, because
Go to the gate and look down, Pete. I'm showing the worst angle. Yeah, there we go. Now look the other way. There we go. It's like the gardens now.
yeah, if you don't look through the giant void, there we
Don't
go.
look at the void. The void doesn't exist. There is a JCB somewhere in there, but we don't know where.
But yeah, boring. It
Gangster
depends
Grandma.
on how you define boring.
No, it's not boring.
Like-
There's a lot of tedious things that go on.
Like, okay, Haunted Hollow.
Yeah.
It's just trees and a lake. There's not a lot in there. There's not real much detail to it, and it's not really been done. And it's to make it look good is annoying. It's frustrating
Very
more than
tedious,
boring. And there's just lots of bits that are more frustrating and tedious than necessarily boring.
But we've
But
been...
you get bored doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah. But since we
And-
started Forbidden Valley, we've not we've just been Nemesis. There's
Yeah.
not been let off. It's literally been like stretch
Which
our
in
legs a bit
itself
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just working on the same thing.
we were just trying to get to that release date. We set that release date like pretty late actually.
Yeah.
We were like, we're trying to do Christmas Day at midnight. Like the old school when you used to have to queue up at Tesco's or your local supermarket, insert here, and get the game or wherever you were. You used to have to queue up at midnight, get your game, take it home, update it, play it. And that was always a fun thing for me personally. So I wanted to give that gaming experience to everyone with the demo. Like you have to wait till midnight, boom, it's done. There you go and play it. And with it being on Christmas Eve as well, it was like we weren't sure what to expect, but yeah, the reception was fantastic.
Dark Bait Wreath. Nothing.
Dimmerson's Dark Ride. Right, we're going to have a look at Katanga Canyon. Is Wicker Man pre-show working? A version of it exists.
Wicker Man's foliage has been redone a little bit as well. The tree line that runs up past the queue, and
Oh yeah, show that.
There'll be a seating area in the middle of the ride is now.
Oh yeah, by
Oh,
the
yeah,
shed.
natural picnic area.
Yeah, there's the staff shed area.
But
Yeah,
it's
we
a
could
nice
do
little,
something.
it's a nice little scene. It's a nice little area.
I tell you what, it's a really good shot of the airtime hill, or the boring hill, as John Wadley calls it.
It's nice down there.
Yeah, it is. It is actually quite nice down there.
And all our benches are sittable. So
Yeah, you can
technically
sit on
this
all our
one-
benches and
So
You
rocks.
just can't get to
Yeah,
that
sorry.
one. You just can't get to that bench. That's the only issue.
But yeah, that bench is actually there in life. So we didn't put it there. Well, we did, but it's actually there in
Open
real
the
life.
gates.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this now because it covers a lot of questions. We won't be showing any rides, like actual riding rides today, because like we said before, the rides are being reprogrammed. So at the moment, they're currently at a state where they're not rideable. They're
Well,
napping.
I don't know. I mean, Skyride maybe.
Skyride you
Yeah.
can go on if it doesn't crash. Wicker Man is actually rideable in every seat. It's just not programmed other than its manual control is in. So we have to just press enter to dispatch. It's half programming is done because it uses one global controller. But then each ride has to go in deeper to customize it to make it fully work. So we could ride Wicker Man, could go on Skyride, go not 100% sure on Oblivion and Smiler. I can't remember. They work,
No.
they're going round, but I don't think they're rideable.
No, not yet. Let's get
Katanga
them right.
Canyon.
Hey, Katanga Canyon. We've shown this off before, but it is.
Ooh.
Oh, what's
sorry.
that?
Ooh.
Ooh, what's behind that
I'll go
tree?
this way.
Oh, all right.
Didn't see anything.
What will be the next area you guys are planning on releasing? Is there any
Katanga
plans
Canyon,
for
probably.
Sub-Terra?
Plans for Sub-Terra, get it done.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
we
much.
have looked at
But
Sub-Terra.
it's
It is
not
possible.
it's not a priority. It will
No.
just exist as a closed off space and then eventually run. But it's not a priority, you'll just walk past it.
Yeah.
Just in case they do radically change it to something better, which I highly doubt.
The entrance to Mine Train isn't complete yet as well, guys. Just
No. So again, once you've got over to Katanga Canyon, we've got that in, but there's like no detail in there. It's all base textures. There's no seating. There's still woodwork missing.
There is pizza though.
the ride's
in
done.
the
Oh
pizza
yeah.
stuff.
Yes, you can go pay,
Yeah.
and then you can eat.
Pizza, no
Pizza.
pasta.
And pizzas haven't changed for a while though. They've gone off them.
Yeah.
And same with the shop. Interior exists.
Blakey, how are you doing the shop?
Well,
Say you were
we're
gonna
doing,
do
yeah.
it? Yeah, so it's going to be proper detailed
Yeah.
in this place.
Yeah.
There's
To the same, well, and I think that's possibly something I'm going to be working on as well. So yeah, going to be done to the same standard as you'll see shortly in Forbidden Valley.
Oh,
Well, people have probably already seen it.
Oh, wow.
The coffee lounge.
Oh, a boat. There's boats on the rapids. Oh,
indeed there are,
cool.
which were literally made today,
Yeah. Well, they were made over.
much.
They were.
a couple of days, but
Yeah.
they look really cool.
And Blakey
Right.
did them.
I did, yes.
Beautiful.
But they are actually quite cool. It's
And the sunken.
flooded. It's got a bit wet.
Oh, it's that weird shark water again. Quick before Bruce
Yeah, the
comes.
closer you get to it, the more it tessellates.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like creates a fin in the water.
Yeah.
We will eventually get the water working and stuff, but
Yep.
go and have a look at the helix and the entrance to the tunnel and stuff.
Go this way.
Yeah,
So
mega wave.
so this area has been done for a while.
Yeah.
Just going, but we're still not finished because obviously that needs to be stairs
Ah,
and stuff.
I
But
didn't even know they'd been put in them ramps.
yeah, well, it was somebody else's job who then went, so they got left.
Barrels and
Um,
beaming. And
We've
the
got
helix.
all of these bits, and then you can go all the way down here and just like, oh, I love this lighting.
I do like that area a lot. KFC Mega Wave. Yeah, there we go. Someone mentioned about submission about 40 times. We've talked about it, but it might be in. It might be. Just throwing that in there. Trying to catch as many questions as we can, guys, but there we go. Oh, yeah, there's the helix into the tunnel.
And it even has the minecart covered in weeds.
Yes, and the track as well. That track needs a bit darkening, but actually, it's not even on the land, is it? No, I probably could
It's
do
kind
it.
of in the land.
Yeah, it's
but-
in. Yeah, maybe. Are the supports done now? Then did you say
Yes.
they're done? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, all hand-placed supports out of 4 pieces per support. Some were made out of 5, plus the footer, so that's 6.
Yeah, and the wood as well on the bridge.
Yeah,
The original
all
theming
individual
of wood
Yeah.
to hide the metal frame. That was actually on one of the videos that we watched. I was like, that's got to go in. Oh, we're heading over. Oh, we're going down here. Cool.
So how many times did we work on this, Luke?
Oh
to
my
getting
god,
this bit changed?
this thing as the amount of files I've got of this track is ridiculous. But I'm happy with it now, and it rides really well. So
I even had to like change the land to fit the track because we realised that it was completely wrong.
completely.
Like the height for this section was.
Yeah, you can
just-
literally like you can touch it with your hand when you're walking past
Mhm.
it, which is great. Still got 105 people watching, which is absolutely insane, guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because we are going to be doing more on the channel as well.
And we've got a lot more to come in the stream. We've got a lot of things still to show.
Yeah,
off.
we've only been going an hour, but we've got so much to show and talk about.
So everyone that mentions Jewel,
Jewel, the haunted house facade is done. There it is.
and that's it. That's as far as it's got.
Yep. Well, not technically. James, do you want to take over a little minute?
Yeah. So with Jewel, obviously we don't know what they're currently doing with the refurb, so we don't know what version we're gonna end up having.
Yes.
But what I had previously worked on, I have managed to develop a ride system.
Accidentally.
Accidentally, yeah, again. It was the same time I ended up developing the camera system. I really didn't want to do the camera system because it was annoying me, and then ended up making 2 things. It's a similar system to how Skyride's working as well. Targets, I had shootable targets, score system. It is existing in a test world, not in the actual build. So from a ride system kind of standpoint, it's actually not too bad. But obviously it depends on what they end up doing with the new ride. If it's something spectacular, amazing that we really want to do,
Yeah.
might end up being that rather than Jewel.
Yeah, it might be.
We had the original idea that we'd be able to switch between Jewel and the original haunted house.
Yeah, so remove all the targets.
So it's
and the
going to
guns
be
and
an
stuff
interesting
for the ride.
one going ahead because it's either going to be Jewel in the haunted house or whatever comes,
Mhm.
but
We'll have
not
to
all
see.
3.
But just want to point out
Either
as well,
way, it will not be all 3.
just want to point out as well that this isn't going to be anytime soon. Like,
No.
You guys have got a version on itch that it keeps getting updates. By the way, we did like 5 updates on Christmas Day. So
Yeah, you know.
well, that's mad.
In terms of big feature updates, the rapid updates that we're getting out are little bug fixes.
Yeah,
Stuff
the
that we're
next
able to do quite
actual
quickly.
big push update that we will obviously explain when it comes out will be a feature update of fixing Nemesis to have transfer track.
Yes.
That will be what is coming as an actual. Here's an update. Transfer track.
So you can take trains off and put them on.
The reason it's not there, it's incredibly difficult. It breaks. The mods have seen what happens when we left it in. The train will literally fly off the track and just do.
I believe
really
we did
weird
have a
things.
train that was in the station, but it was over the ramps.
Yeah,
into the
it kind of
station. It
was
was,
going
just
to
sat
play
over
the
there.
whole thing, but offset.
Yeah.
It was so random.
I've canopied this up as well.
Yeah, this looking really.
So that kind of covers quite a lot of the Jewel things. The Jewel zombie, God knows how we're gonna do that.
And now we've got to Sub-Terra. How much of Sub-Terra's done? That.
Exterior.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's about it.
Pilots are closed and
There
complain
is-
to guest services.
There is a there's a tiny bit of interior stuff, but not really anything.
No, not
No.
yet. But yeah, it'll get worked on again, and it'll
So
be
like Q-Line it exists.
yeah. Oh, ours is concrete. Theirs is weird black wood now, isn't it, or whatever it is?
Yeah, that it just change textures and stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't even have the scaffold sign yet
No.
because that need creating.
But the rocks, though.
Obviously, that's why we wanted to barrier off where we are knowing it's not finished. So there's no point in seeing it. Just explore the bits that are finished that we know work really well. Obviously, there are still bits that aren't finished. So anything a bit weird about this view? If anyone notices it, say in the comments what's weird.
I'm struggling a little bit. What is weird?
Again, Luke, just think about bringing the magic back.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
The generator is its old original name when it wasn't then themed to McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. And the red floor. Yes, the red floor.
Yes.
That is staying.
Yeah, the red floor's
Period.
staying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hybrid, isn't it? This what you've just been shown the generator.
Yes. So
Again,
we've got.
we can't have the McDonald's name again, obviously. So we'll just have it as Burger Kitchen. But
because the Burger Kitchen is their own thing, but it's so nondescript. It doesn't really mean anything. But then we've also put in
the two together.
Let's call it the kitchen.
the kitchen for food. The food kitchen. Oh wait, no, that sounds a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yes.
Tamarack. Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah. So again, that's why that area is blocked off. There's nothing down there. It just leads to
Death.
Skyride. That is
Dead
just
kill.
Skyride station exists.
That's stunning.
It's got nothing under there.
No vending machines. No monster energy.
But then there's also giant voids.
Oh, what's Denise's cave?
So
yeah, the cave's done, isn't it? Oh no, the entrance. No,
the
that is the
flooring
flooring of it. Yes, there we go. There's the flooring of Denise's cave. If you've not
But
seen any of the
again-
Coaster Gem vlogs from this year, you won't get that reference. But if you do, go and check them out because they're hilarious. Basically, Dave gave Aaron a duck, and they went on the photo shoot with it. that is what happened. Yeah. So we have a jump over that big wall that's in Forbidden Valley and show people what progress is so far of Galactica /Air/
Yeah, we will
B&M
do.
flying
So
coaster.
that's being brought back. Just needs work.
Yep.
Got
This
quite a
whole
big,
pathway still needs finishing.
big question.
Go on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see the project looking like in 10 years?
Hopefully finished.
Hopefully finished. That's about. There you go. That's what you get.
But technically, it will never be finished because if we do update certain areas
Yeah.
that we do feel like is worthy of change,
Yeah, or that we want to, because obviously we want to.
or we might just keep introducing old stuff, so it will
Yeah.
literally become a time machine,
Yeah.
a historical sort of.
Show where the fences are for the operation panel, by the way, for Ripsaw. Just so there's one
Look,
right there. You can operate from there, and then if you go up there, there's the other one. That's where you operate Ripsaw from, and that's how you do it.
Ripsaw will get a control booth, it will get a panel, and it will get automatic modes as well.
but they are much more complicated due to the fact that. Do you want to try and explain it, James?
So, Ripsaw is a physics-based.
Do I need to share your screen?
You can share
Actually,
it.
yeah, this will be a good point. We'll transition. So James will give a crash course in what is Ripsaw.
I'll go into play mode as well.
What
for it,
is Ripsaw?
so you can see Ripsaw. When it loads.
Is it loading? Oh no, there we go. We're in.
There we go.
We're
I
in.
needed to feed the hamster.
Can you go full screen by any chance?
I can indeed.
Thank you.
So, Ripsaw, when you are operating it in manual mode, it is a physics-based thing. Some people might have noticed that they are able to control it a lot easier. If you have a higher frame rate, physics updates quicker, it makes it easier to operate. So, the issue with an automatic cycle mode is if I record the actions it would be to make it flip, it won't run the same on everyone's computer because of the frame rate. So I'm having to record the physics and somehow actually make it run the same. I figured we can record physics. We have found that out, but there are other bugs that come with it. So it will end
James
up...
is just casually talking while spinning Ripsaw at 1,000,000 revs per second.
Yeah. So it will end up getting automatic modes, which I will have to record. So I'm really good at spinning it. Really bad at actually recreating real life sequences.
Stop trying to break it. I can tell you're trying to stick it upside down.
No, I'm not. I'm just showing off like I can reverse it without using brakes.
Oh my god. Yeah, the reason why he's so good at this is because he programmed it pretty much to work. So yeah, he went on a top spin research month, didn't you? You and Pete.
Yeah, because we downloaded a game that literally showed like you got to play with a top spin.
Yeah.
Then we found out that it did exactly what ours did when it wasn't right, so we improved it.
Yeah.
So before Ripsaw, when it would break, it would instantly lock. So it could be going stupidly fast and instantly lock brakes. We've made our brakes actually work.
I did.
So they are pads that move into place.
Yeah.
Essentially. Faking it. But you are able to have it gradually stop rather than instantly stop. And it runs... I find it runs actually really well. I'm very proud
It's
with how we
lagging on
managed to get this
Discord.
to come out.
Guys, that's just Discord lagging. It's not the actual thing. All right. Well, thanks for that show and tell, James. I'll go back over to Pete.
But yeah, Ripsaw will get a panel where you can select the automatic mode, ride it with a pre-programmed mode.
Yeah.
So, question in the chat's been asked a couple of times. Will VTO pin badges come back? Not a clue. Will you
Probably
add
not,
Smile
they
always
won't.
join us in SW7 bits in the Smiler queue line?
When we get round to doing
yeah,
it.
when we get round to doing it, yeah.
Yeah, X Sector, it needs a complete redo again. Same as, like, now we've put so much effort into Forbidden
Yeah.
Valley, we're looking at old areas, and it's like, ooh.
It's
probably
like
could do with
Forbidden
redoing.
Valley, Gloomy Wood, and Katanga Canyon just stand out so much, don't they? Like,
Yeah, they
it's
become the new standard. So it's like, now we need to go back and up the level of other areas, which were done prior to a lot of new knowledge being gained, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, while we let's go through some Discord. I'm going to go for a drink and a sandwich.
Okay.
Kind of already covered that. Will we ever add rides that have left us? And something that we can visit the park in different years? Already covered them questions.
Don't forget to use your annual pass.
Are we going to add the eel and Nemi station? Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, if it's still
Thank you,
there.
Dark Shadow, for
Yeah.
that. How long does it take you to recreate a ride fully, like creating the track, programming, logic, etc.?
Oh my god. As long as you don't get updates for.
Yeah, so in terms of creating the track, that is not me. I don't do any of that.
There's
So
not
it's
many
just
left to do.
It depends.
Wise.
Quite a lot of them are done.
Yeah.
It's just a case of them figuring out the best way to record that and implement it into the game. In terms of programming the logic,
Yeah,
I could probably say Nemesis overall, in terms of pure time, has probably had about a week of pure
programming.
time, which was spread over the course of about 3 or 4 months.
Oh yeah, no. If you
Trying
did it
to-
like pure 24 hours a day,
Probably about a week's worth of 24 hours.
Yeah, which is like what, 200, 300 hours?
Yeah,
It's a lot.
A lot of it as well is because I started developing in Unreal. What was it? About January, February this year?
About 4
Well,
weeks
last
ago,
year.
I think.
I'm coming up to a year of working in Unreal. So
Really? Wow.
a lot of it has been learning how the kind of best way to go about stuff. I've programmed something, realized it wasn't the best way to do it as well, gone back and had to reprogram it. So it will depend. A lot of rides have their quirks. Some rides are quite quick to program. Marauders Mayhem, quite a basic system.
Oh yeah, they're quite fun though.
Quite
Like,
easy to. That can be done
we,
within about a day.
Yeah, because we played with Mayhem. We might be able to go show that soon, actually. That was actually really fun to play with because it was you got to ride it.
Just
That
go
was
through.
fun, and then it was we got to play with it, and then it was like, can we make it spin? And then it was like, is this unlimited? Yes.
Yep.
How fast can we spin?
Very.
Yes.
Very fast. Yeah.
So, yeah. There's
So
lots
yeah,
of-
some rides nice and quick. The coasters are basically the ones that are going to take
They're a
long
nightmare.
time to program.
Mhm.
13 is going to be a nightmare.
They're a nightmare, and then once you get them in, you realise that something tiny is off, and then you've got to redo it all. You've got to do the whole process again to get it back in the engine.
which is why we don't do them until we're
Yeah.
absolutely ready.
Yeah.
Which is why there's a lot less progress to show on something like air. Oh, well, the track's done. Yeah. No. Dave, I think this is probably your time to talk. Because air is yours.
Do you want to
Yeah,
put it on your screen, Dave, and we can talk about what you're actually showing as well?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Air I've been working on for, I don't know, since like 2012. Track work.
Your screen's on, Dave, now.
Yeah, cool.
You may have something different.
Air's had a lot of iterations, but it's not going to really get any better now. I'm itching to do this area of the park, but I can't do it on my own, and everyone else is interested in Dark Forest, and I can't deny them of that. So I'm just going to keep quiet.
We just can't be. There's the fact with air to make it
broke
back
there.
to air.
And I,
To make air means the roller coaster restaurant has to be taken out, which is again going back on building. It is technically the only thing that needs to directly change. There's a little bit of landscape change that got put in place for roller coaster restaurant, but for the most part, it could actually be done. It's just the trains can't do anything without trains.
yeah, and yeah, the trains is obstacle number one. Like that's the primary issue. Landscape needs to be redone, and then there's figuring out how to make the transfer track work, which no one's really thought about.
So, Dave,
So yeah,
what else is special about your screen?
well, it's not Unreal 4, it's Unreal 5.
Yeah, so what Dave's showing there is the project in Unreal 5. 5.1, I believe.
It does run. There's some issues, but it's a lot better than when we first had it running in 5.
Yeah, so if you both just get if you and Pete both just get that shot of what you've got there, and we'll just compare.
Where are you going? You've gone on the
Just looking at
brake
the
run.
turnaround.
Where are you?
Is by the gate. Is through the wall. Yeah, down there to the left. Yeah, there you go. So that's your difference. That's Lumen on the left, so the lighting engine from Unreal 5, and that's our engine on the right. So there you go. The project is in Unreal 5. It's just not
It
ready.
really depends what scene you're looking at, what area. So you've got bounce lighting in 5, which you haven't in 4. Anywhere where there's shadow, you naturally get in 5, whereas you have to fake it in 4. So we have to use decals to make light areas dark the way they should be. The thing is, and I was saying this before, we can get into Unreal 5, but like we could have Project running 5 and we could not use any of Lumen or the fancy features. But Lumen does sacrifice the frame rate. You're looking at about 20 to 40 to 50 FPS.
Yeah, and that's the problem, that we've just worked so hard on optimizing what you've got now. To take a step back in performance because it's not ready would not be beneficial to anyone. It looks great, but performance-wise is more important for us at the moment.
There will be features of 5, regardless of visuals, that will be handy to have once we make it over.
Yeah.
So we might go over to 5 and still use the original lighting and things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing, it's there. I mean, it's exaggerated here, but you've got bounce lighting off the top of Nemi's station flesh onto the track, whereas you wouldn't get anything like that. I've cranked up the reflection, but
you see the red off the creature. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's beautiful, but too expensive.
Very expensive. Yeah. But no, it's well, that is Unreal 5. Everyone's been asking what engine are we in. We are in Unreal 4 at the moment. But
I honestly think we make 4
as good as it can.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's hard to make it look any better than what it is. Like that shot there, what Pete's got. It's mad.
Oh my good God. Performance has gone in the toilet now.
Point proven. Right, I'll move over to Pete's screen. Well, yeah, no.
All I did was make it rain.
Yeah. Oh, there's something on the track.
Don't know what. Let's go past it. It's like we were just messing around with this today. This is literally a first time anybody has seen this shot.
Yeah.
We were doing it earlier today.
Because we put that bench in.
It's a static.
Yeah, it's a static. We put that bench in, and I was like, "Oh, there's a bench there." And then
you say static. I can do this.
Pete sat down, and then
play with it. I can play push toy.
There you go. Pete's having too much fun. What is a monorail? Yeah.
So yeah, we've shown that.
One more question, and then we've got a bit of an announcement while you're all here.
Have we got any more questions on Discord? Because I'm pretty sure
I'm going through them. I'm just seeing because I've answered quite a few of them already.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I'm skipping some.
On the rail rave.
Pete, seen. Have you started to make the hotels or lodges and pods?
Okay, well, we can go show
them.
There's the hotel.
Buildings, they're blocks.
We don't want the hotel. Get rid of the hotel.
That's the hotel.
I don't want to do
Everyone keeps asking about it. It's like hotel.
Oh, but the monorail station, though, you can show that off.
So, with hotel, it will be the last thing that ever gets done. Like, it's not a priority for any of us.
No, none.
So
it'll be the last thing that ever happens, or we get a hotel enthusiast to come on and do it for us. Yeah, well, yeah. So there you go. That's that.
Lodges are
all in place.
Complete.
Yeah,
they did actually
ages ago, right?
Yeah, they did get a bit of rework from somebody on the server, but I can't remember who. They had a little rework with them. Not like a lot, just some texture stuff, but it's still pretty much the same base model, which is like really.
Is there a fan in there?
Really low stuff. Interior wise, there is nothing.
Wow.
So again, the story will be that you are in a lodge. You can stay the night in a lodge. You can stay the night in a hotel. You can stay the night in special landings. Eventually,
in 10 years,
lodges
we got asked
probably, but like it's not. None of this stuff is any priority.
No,
because
it's just a theme park, isn't it? We want to get a theme park done, or to an extent.
Like, even just going over here, look, car park is started, but it's just a car park. It's a giant, massive tarmac.
And it's not nothing you've not seen, guys. So everyone keeps trying to escape areas and stuff. Just go on Google Maps. Like, it's there.
Yep.
It's like there's no need to wonder what's there. You all know what Alton Towers looks like from every path. That's why you're all here. So that's what's there.
That is a good overview of how much has been done and
Yeah.
how much has still to come.
Valley.
And that's just physically like objects being in place.
Yeah.
A lot of that
And then
is
the
stuff
programming
that still needs to be programmed,
behind it.
which takes a long time.
Oh, can I just say, by the way, how good Jewel looks in 5?
Yeah, it's getting there.
Look at this. Just turn that on.
Oh, are you on yours? Oh,
Yeah.
what? Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah.
The facade looks, and the way that you've actually got the shading under here.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's really cool.
See, Unreal 5 is beautiful, but it's just
It's good for visuals, but not
yeah
games.
at the
Not for
moment.
actual
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if people want to know what's the layout of Jewel, there you go. That's how much of the inside of Jewel is done.
Change screens again.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's the layout of Jewel.
So you go in, round there, there's your station. Wiggly, 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 nothing in there, and then you finish.
Obviously, this is subject to change.
Yeah.
So, someone said Nitrogenia. Did anyone have it? Nitrogenia was the best ice cream on the park. I'm so
really
gutted
like
it's gone.
Nitrogenia.
I'm so gutted Nitrogenia isn't a thing anymore.
I mean, we've still got the building because that was the last building they had, other than going all the way back to the Witch's Brew.
Yeah.
But
I never got to try
technically we
Nitrogen.
Did you know?
could put Witch's Brew
Nope.
in.
We've
I just
seen
found
where
it
you're
kinda
going
crispy.
with 5.
Because everybody
the ice
said
cream
how
was crispy.
expensive it was. So I was like,
And
I'm
it was
not paying.
expensive, yes.
Right. Well, now there's over 100 people watching. We've got a bit of an announcement to make. And some people were touching on how to support the project and stuff and about merch and everything like that. We've decided to open a Patreon. And it's live now, right now. So mods, if you want to spam chat, you guys can support us on Patreon. Got it loaded up. There we go. Is that on the screen? I can't tell.
Yes.
Yes, there you go. So here's the Patreon. So we've got 4 tiers at the moment, 5, 10, 15, and 20. And go through there and read all of the benefits and stuff. But basically, you get an extra benefit per tier. The earliest one for early access is £15 a month, which is very reasonable. A lot of indie games are doing that as well. So basically, guest is tier 1. You'll get a Patreon shout out, 1 Patreon exclusive brick in the plaza. So where Pete is now, that's what you will see when I go back over to Pete's screen. Patreon role on Discord. So there is going to be a Patreon section in the Discord, which has all been set up. There will be Patreon streams as well. And then pass holder for £10, you get exclusive in-edit artwork, Patreon exclusive brick, shout out, role on Discord. And then premium pass holder is where really you get the most benefits. It's early access, exclusive in editor artwork, Patreon brick, shout out, and role in Discord. And then chosen few.
I was going to say, when we say early access, obviously at the moment, yes, the early access is available for free on itch.
Yeah.
But when we say early access,
It's different.
We mean it would be builds prior to a public version.
Yeah.
So it might have an open pathway somewhere that would lead to somewhere else before everybody else would see it. It might get a new ride put in that would want testing. So it would be sort of an early test. We've still got the mods. They would still technically get it first, purely because we've built up how we want it to be tested. They know what we want. They get it done. They give us feedback. We change things. But then once it goes to a early access on Patreon release, that is where it's probably gone through a few testing stages. Then it would be available. But then obviously it's still going to be buggy. It's still going to be in the works, but it will be probably quite a way before it's actually public released.
Yeah. And it'll be
on
helping
the
us as
normal
well
build.
test. And we're going to be testing with real life data. This goes back to the start of the stream.
Yeah.
who was talking about we want people with different machines to help us see what performance is like, and what better way to support us by actually being part of that process, which we would really appreciate. So the chosen few thing, Pete, go over to Wicker Man, show the runes. So there's the Wicker Man runes. So you will get one of them,
which is a limited number. Once they're filled, that's it.
So
but you can be part of.
The reason it's a one-off purchase is we'd advise doing the £20 a month
and then going down
once,
to 15,
and then drop down to a tier that you want, because of the fact that it is limited. Once they are, once they're gone, that tier will be removed anyway. It's just a way so that we can actually get all these runes filled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we anyone that used to buy bricks and runes and some of the merch that we used to have, that website system has gone, like way out gone.
Yeah.
So we're using Patreon as a stepping stone. We're going to include merch in steps on there.
Yep.
It has been set up that we can put merch on each of the stages. We just haven't created the merch that we want on each step yet. We don't 100% know on the quality. I assume it would be pretty decent coming from Discord themselves dealing with it. So we don't have to go through like Teespring or all those other places.
We have a purchaser of Chosen Few.
Nice. So things like that, they will literally go straight into the game. Obviously, we haven't got that area unlocked yet. But because that does include a does the £20? Yeah, the £20 one does include.
Yeah, £20 will include everything.
Patreon's
as well.
already at £68. What?
What?
Whoa!
How does that work?
Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it.
So any of those bricks, they will actually go into the live build. It might be pushed tonight, or it will definitely be pushed tomorrow. So there will literally be red bricks in this area that is on my screen. That is where they will be. Probably between the two is where we're probably going to. I mean, that's a lot of Patreon access. If that many fills up, we're
going to have to we're going to need a bigger plaza. We'll have to start putting it all over the actual roof tiles.
Hang on, we're going to need a bigger brew. We're going to need a bigger Bruce.
So, Kane, the money goes into helping us with all of the projects. So, any assets we need, any plugins we need, anything we can use to actually boost the project, and it takes it out of our pocket and puts it into a support fund, basically, so we can fund the whole project. Because we all have full-time jobs, and this is not our job. And we know you guys like to have this kind of stuff. You like to have the runes. You like to have the bricks. You like to have the merch. You've all bought it before. So we thought we would just redo it, but in a different way. And using the Patreon is going to enable us to do better things for you. And that's the way we want to see it.
A lot of the trees are paid for.
The kind of big one that we've got is the fluid flux water system.
Yeah.
That was out of our pockets, 300 odd quid.
Yeah.
So
that was a big expense, but the results of it are going to be great.
They are.
When we get to it, it's just something that we're waiting on an update to get to, and then we'll be able to implement it and hope it will work.
Jay, the full game will be on itch at the moment. We've got no plans on releasing it.
Yeah, basically, if you're struggling to find the game or any version of the game, download the itch app and type in Virtual Towers Online. You'll get a few options of which one to install. The Nemesis one has tentacles on the logo. The Patreon one will have Patreon on the logo when you have access to that. And the original one has Wicker Man or something on the logo, the other release.
Smiler.
Smiler.
The
has
original
Smiler
one
on
is
it.
Smiler.
So the Smiler one, the one with the Smiler logo, just to put this out there for anyone who doesn't know, that is Wicker Man, Smiler, Oblivion, and Spinball, and that's it, I think.
But it's the old engine.
It's the old.
Lagged,
it's old. It's not good.
Performance.
Avoid it. Just get the Nemesis demo and wait on that, because that's the one we're going to be updating. We're probably not going to be updating the other one. So,
well, we will
when it's
because obviously
The
there
full.
have been purchases of it.
Right.
We aren't going to forget that exists. We're using this one as a building block that will be when we push
Oh yeah, sorry.
that one.
Yeah.
Because obviously at the moment we've got everything taken out. We didn't want to update the one that has everything in that then loses half of its functionality. So Nemesis 1, what Nemesis will do is at some point, we don't know when, Nemesis will become either unavailable or it will be included with something else. So say, for example, we suddenly work in Katanga Canyon.
Yep.
You might still have to go over to Nemesis and walk back. Or it will be that if we decide that Katanga Canyon and Wicker Man is the focus, Nemesis might not be the focus of the demo anymore. It will be shoved to a new thing. Whether we take out access to Nemesis or not, we don't know. Because it could be that we might do that for this way of doing it. It's accessing things as a demo, not everything.
Yeah.
It probably will stay, and you just go over there and you walk back and fast travel around until it's all ready. Then it will get pushed over to the main release once more is back in.
I'm absolutely blown away by the support, guys. It means the world to us, honestly. Ridiculous. But we're going to try and get out everything from each tier as soon as we can. And get all the bricks into the
so
release.
bricks will be whatever your Patreon name is,
and it will be.
I know originally it used to be you could give custom messages and everything.
They will be in the Nemesis demo, won't they? They won't be in the release. Yeah, they'll be in the Nemesis demo.
They'll be literally in there tomorrow.
Yeah,
and the runes will get added
when we open. Yeah,
we'll show you when your rune gets done. We'll show you in the game. Like we can send a screenshot. Of
yeah,
it
well, in the Patreon Discord, we can just put a screenshot in there of it in the game, and then cool part needs more rocks. Ride flicks. Have you got a rune saying that?
He did get he got a rune. He was the first. He was the one that I said is the rune.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it massively. Wow, it's £189. Wow.
So just for that, I think while we're here, let's go ride the Skyride.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I will go to multiple screen. Dave, you can stop sharing your screen now, pal, if you want.
Yeah, it might crash. Like I said, so many things are just what they are. But this is the level of progress that we've got. We've got them moving. We've got doors.
Best ride on the
And they're all multicolored as well.
Salmon! You got in the salmon one.
We got the salmon.
The salmon moose.
And look, we can even sit down. Should we go forward or backwards? Quick, decide. Forward or backwards?
Forwards. Right. Oh, Heath-O's going.
Can you look around?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course I can. It's the same ride system.
Is there any cheese strings underneath the bench?
I'd hope not.
We're off.
It feels like actually being on it's bizarre.
It's weird because there's no support structure, but other than that, it genuinely does feel like you're on it.
Yeah, that is on my to-do list. It is rather complex, believe it or not, to add some support.
Can you stand up?
Let's get into the detail.
I wouldn't advise it.
No, don't stand up. No,
not
once
the doors are shut.
Boarded, you won't be able to get up.
Once
purely
the doors are
because
shut,
of the fact you are in a
can't.
moving vehicle. Collisions go weird.
There's a lot of clearance
once
issues
you're
as
sat
well.
down,
So,
you are sat down, but technically you can stand up and walk around.
Can you use the cinematic camera?
You can zoom. You can't use the cinematic
Oh, okay.
camera.
There you go. Oh, wow.
A
Cool.
little bit of zoom.
Hauling.
It's
Go.
There's no swinging at the moment. We were looking into getting the swinging,
Yeah.
but this is one of the reasons why Skyride is going to be quite a late thing to implement.
Because the park needs to be done as well.
The park needs to be done. Otherwise, you're going to see just barren landscapes.
Just barren, just land. A screenshot
just
button.
for the
would be
oldies as
cool.
well. Maybe incorporate the old gondolas, but that's just me being.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%, Blakey. I agree with that.
That was the question.
Did you just mention screenshot button?
That's what I was going to get onto.
Yes,
we have started looking into the screenshot button. The issue that we are facing is actually with file directories with Windows,
Nice.
figuring out how to get it to go to a place that is accessible.
Yeah.
We might have to look into having a way so you select a file location, then you're allowed to use a screenshot button, but it is being looked at. Hopefully it slows down.
Is it slowing down? If not, look away now. There we go.
No, slows down on the first run.
Oh, I love that the poster that I remember Blakey making that on the wall.
And this is how unfinished it is. We are now trapped. There is no exiting.
So I will go to James's screen while you exit.
No, because I can go through the next bit, so we can go into Dark Forest.
Oh, there's nothing to see that way.
Well, there is a little bit. I mean, look, you can see the towers.
Yeah.
It's a long. Anyone knows that this bit is the kind of annoying, boring bit that you just sort of have to sit and wait it out. Also, the crash got rid of the music. There should have been music on here. It didn't actually say.
So, in terms of ride system, this is quite similar to Jules' ride system as well in terms of the
Hey,
speed up
Nemesis.
and slow down
I can hear
zones.
Nemesis, let me out! I can hear Nemesis.
Yeah. What an amazing job though on the station building. I know it's not finished, but it's what it is.
Yeah, I must admit, because I mean, I'm a bit of a transport geek, so yeah, I must admit, I do spend
What
more
happens
time.
if you stand up, Luca? You fall through the gondola.
No, you can't.
Oh.
You actually can't stand up while it's moving.
Oh.
Once you've sat down, you're sat down. But you can choose not to sit down when you board, but whether
If
you
you
stay
fall
in
out,
the
if you fall
gondola
out.
or not is, yeah.
Another thing.
Yeah.
You can get the
didn't
game
used
on
to.
Itch.
On Itch, yeah, there's a link in the video description. It should be there.
Yeah, I
Download the
was thinking
itch.io
about that because Steam, we probably could put it on there using the Patreon money because that would basically pay for us to get it on there because it's £100 to get
Yeet.
one game.
Yeah, but it's
That's
different
me, that's
versions, isn't it, as well? That was being mentioned before.
Yeah, I don't know how to push updates to Steam. I haven't looked
That's
into
the
it.
thing. Like we're familiar with Itch, and we feel like with how many downloads have we had? Like the last time you told me, it was like 1,000 and something.
Yeah, there's like nearly 1,500 downloads of this version alone. In the original, it's over 37,000.
Look towards the entrance, Pete. Yeah, there we go.
Blade is unable to go 360 degrees.
Why would
It
it need
is
to?
a set animation.
Why would it go to 360? Doesn't
I
have
mean, it did
harnesses.
once when we were testing it with physics, but physics was.
Oh
very
yeah, that
funny
was
on
fun.
it. The garden
Physics
pit
is
looks scarier than real life. Yeah,
Yeah, legit. It does. Yeah. Fallen through there a few times. Got the Z kill screen. Good times. Any more questions?
Yeah, I'll have a look on Discord quickly.
Let's go. Once I've gone past here, I'll quit, and then we'll go back over, and then we'll show off some mayhem.
Dark Shadow, you know I have to ask this. Any Scare Maze updates? We can go into that in a bit.
Yeah.
How long does it take from scratch to make a new demo? Basically, the time between the release.
3
how long
years?
it's taken.
It depends because a lot of it was rework.
Yeah,
So you can't
put
really
the time
class what it was to what it is.
There's a couple
we
of
don't have
important
timescales.
questions in the chat, guys. Just pay for
Mhm.
chosen few. Do a cancel, then go down to the lower tier. You can
Yes.
do, yeah.
Yeah, once
Yeah,
your
anyone
payments
that don't
confirmed.
stick at chosen few.
No, don't stick at
Don't
chosen
stick
few.
at it. It's £20 a month is ridiculous for
Yeah.
anybody.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So, what do I press? F12.
Let's have
Yes.
a look. Again with the Scare Maze type of stuff. Any updates on Altonville? We'll get onto that. Will we be adding the PA boxes so we can place specific announcements and having a button on the PA box so we can use our mic to make announcements?
EA, yes,
The
if we can get either hold
buttons?
of them.
Yes, but I'm not sure how we would implement microphones.
Do we really need microphone? Can't you just talk yourself?
Endrise and
wo-
submission.
If
we've
you did it
covered.
on online, maybe. Like, if you did it as an online game, you had your own announcement, everyone hears it, maybe?
Online is so far away, though. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we messed around with it in the past. It didn't work. So we're just waiting for technology to catch up with what we want to do. Simply implement it into the project, and then off we go. It'll be in. As soon as something is done to make Unreal a lot more easier to go online, then it will be done. But unfortunately, it's just so far behind for our project at the moment. We don't know where to start.
It might be E still.
It's
That's the
not.
exit.
That's the exit. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you can open the exit. It doesn't actually work.
It's probably broken.
Yeah.
All the time.
But again, this is what we have to deal with. And we don't go over here. But that's the good thing about doing this. I can just skip it.
What is the most flips you guys have managed to do while operating Ripsaw?
I'll just watch back the
James,
stream
over
and
to you.
chat.
Yeah, saw earlier.
I'm just gonna jump out for a minute. I'll be back. You guys.
Will you
crack
be
on.
able to control the pre-shows and doors at Hex? It is being looked into. We have looked into how we would manage doing
Whoa.
Hex control.
What are you doing? Well, I don't know what that was doing.
How far we'll be able to explore the gardens? Will Cuckoo Arbor be included?
Will what?
Cuckoo Arbor.
It's the name of a part of the gardens. I can't remember
Which
what it is.
part is that?
I don't see why not.
There we go. Right. Controls of Mayhems. James?
Floating.
You want to explain?
So they were in testing at the moment. So on the left we have a Variac, which if you scroll on, by the way, if you scroll on the keys and switches in the game, that will also change them. Just so you know, the switch was just to turn it on and have it running for as long as you want. The button will actually dispatch it as a sequence, but you do have to have the dial turned up to have it speed.
Hello.
So we'll go all the way up. And then we'll push the button. And then quickly find a car. Find a car. Find a car. Find a car. Yeah, you can still look around.
Aha! I can hear the music as well.
And while we were riding this, once the game is fully out, one day in the future, would you update it? Sometimes the towers did any major new stuff? Potentially.
Yeah.
Will breakdowns occur? Eventually.
And it's unlocked.
Oh no.
How fast can you spin on Mayhem? Yes.
Yes.
Sorry if you're throwing up.
Any updates on towers approving / having opinions on BTO? Not really.
Not really. No.
No.
No. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Well, look at it this way. So it's something I've said in the team before. For as long as they're not associated with virtual towers, it means that we can effectively do what we want.
Yeah.
as
There are
soon as they
things,
stick
there are
their
things in the
nose
game
in.
even now we have done,
Mm.
which if we had that official connection, we wouldn't have done because they wouldn't want it, and rightfully so if they're connected to us.
Yeah, because they wouldn't want Ripsaw in.
No.
And they certainly wouldn't have Toyland.
No, but I mean, it's one of them for the future, and we'll just monitor it moving forward, I think.
Yeah.
But yes, I didn't hear your answer to the doors of Hex because I actually quite interested in that question before.
So the way Hex will work is because of the way the system is, you've got two sets of control panels. You have the one in sort of the queue line area, which has the monitors and then has the counter on the turnstile. That's where they generally sort of start the sequence from. Then it's pretty much there you go, there's the sequence.
Right.
But they can override what time it takes to open each door. So if, for example, there's some slowpokes getting out of the octagon room,
Yeah.
they'll
They
hold
can hold
back
you in a room.
the cinema room, and vice versa, and things like that.
So yeah,
The-
all the pre-show and door stuff is controlled from that panel.
And then you go behind the scenes and behind the room on the when you're walking into the vault right hand side, that's where you control the ride from. As walking through it, there is absolutely no point in controlling the doors because you wouldn't actually be able to control the doors while riding it.
Hmm.
It's heavily dependent on when we get AI.
Yeah.
When you go in there, maybe you'll be able to press a button that just says run to start with.
Yeah.
And then you will go through the entire sequence and it will just do it automatically. But maybe we could show off behind the scenes of how far we got with Hex.
You can
I
do.
mean, I could. It's...
We can just finish up a few questions that have come through on
Yeah,
Discord.
well, I'll
Yeah.
just
So we'll get on
load.
to you.
I'll let you
Hex.
load and I'll go to James's screen. Let me know when to come back.
Yeah.
It'll just be staring at.
Stare at Ripsaw. Yeah, that's fine.
So for Runway Mine Train, will there be a mode where you can add as many laps as you like?
Ah,
Yes.
Hopefully, yes. Need to figure out how to actually program.
See, I think the way that
Runway
will
Mine Train.
work is we'll have a speed up lap, a slow down lap, and a full speed lap that just doesn't stop until we tell it otherwise.
Yeah, that could work. Will Closed Alpha Team be making a return?
No.
no.
Well-
It depends.
no.
Because we're using Patreon now and we're going to be using the mods as well.
Might not be necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not directly a closed but alpha team. We've got the mods to do the heavy lifting. Then there'll be the Patreon access, which will get early access to something that we've already tested, but could still break. Then technically the whole tech demo is an early access because it's ahead of it ever getting pushed over, but it will be a lot more polished. But there won't be a quick access to something that we've literally just pushed that will be something different kind of thing. So
And the big main one is to do with Patreon, actually.
mhm.
If I cancel my Patreon membership at some point, will my stone be removed?
No.
You want that first payment you make gets you the stone. If you decide to cancel, you will still have it in the game.
Yeah, so if you just want to give us only £5, you get a brick.
And you can donate that, then cancel it after the payments come through.
But
That's fine.
obviously you lose anything else
in terms of-
associated with it.
In terms of the rune, I believe it was to keep early access, you had to then go down to the early access
Correct.
level.
To £15. Yeah.
Yes, so the way I believe itch works is we parent it to Patreon, because there will be a Patreon branch that will get created. It's not done yet. We haven't. I have to upload a whole separate thing. Blah blah blah. So we basically put in you must have paid a certain amount to get access to download it. I assume that by linking your Patreon to your itch, if you are ever to leave that, you then lose access to early access. But because of the way itch works, if you want to be one of those people that buys it once and then just keeps playing it, you just won't gain access to any updates.
Yeah.
So there's not really much point in being that kind of person because you'll lose the very thing that you're technically paying to get.
Yeah. You'll lose. So you'll have the previous version to any updates that are pushed.
Because I'd assume it will just say you are no longer connected. You don't reach the tier amount. Technically, we haven't tested it, but hopefully...
Is your
no one
screen
is
ready yet?
Yes.
So,
we go.
will Smile and Oblivion get ride controls when the full update comes out? Yes.
All rides
the
will be
rides will
controllable
become
the same way. That's why we have made the control panels slightly... I don't want to say dumbed down. I just want to say more efficient.
Gameplay friendly.
Yeah. Because if we put in every control panel of every kind of ride, every type would be different. It would A, take us ridiculous length of time to do. B, we'd probably never find all the information that we'd need to actually do it accurately anyway, so would then be wrong. So we're making it wrong on purpose, but the way we're doing it wrong is to be more friendly. However, there have been talks and ideas that way down the line, they may get updated to a more simulation style, but it would be on a ride by ride basis.
Yeah.
Whether that happens or not,
We'll
don't
have to
know.
see.
But
Welcome to the ancestral home of the 15th Earl of Shrewsbury.
so even in here has received, I mean, that lighting.
Oh, I can smell it.
You can
Yeah.
see more than you can in real life. It's not as dark, but I think it still looks good.
It is a bit brighter, but when you're in game mode, it goes darker.
Yeah.
The
And
fly
peak screen.
camera and the ride camera and my screen, because I have HDR and Discord doesn't do HDR. But there is this haze that just sits,
It's lovely.
because you just smell the mustiness.
Yeah.
And then blah, 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 because I can't be bothered to play it because it doesn't actually work. Octagon room, very bright. Screen's broken because video's broke and they need
I
to
don't know
run.
how is that.
But
Oh.
This is the room that I love.
You tell this is where we worked on a bit. Oh, the light's flickering as well.
yeah, it's got stuck. But this is probably where the most, other than the vault, has had its work done. So you've got the nice haze, you've got the strobe light testing.
I was testing lightning.
It's
That
very,
cloth
very
needs
frightening.
to be redone, by the way. That cloth.
What?
That
What?
cloth will be redone, won't it?
That is the redone cloth.
Oh, is it?
Well, it's a testing redone.
It's just
clock.
got no texture.
There's no air to it either, so it's not moving.
Yeah, once
Oh.
once it's actually playing, it settles to a.
But then we've got like
Not
the
flat
UV
light.
lighting up the two portraits that have been upscaled, so they're actually like quite
Hidden
high
behind an
detail,
ancient bookcase.
hidden behind the ancient curtain.
Yeah.
There you go. And then in here we've had, again, you see the nice mist. Still needs more detail. Need to get the roots.
I'm praying
and
it's
stuff.
Hex.
But-
Brave
But,
Hex.
oh,
Oh.
there's
Oh.
a door.
Oh. Through the door.
There's a door. There's monitors.
Uh-oh. What's this? Oh. That'll do from there. What's that?
Oops.
It's a washing machine.
Yeah,
They live longer with Calgon.
And that's why Hex broke down. They didn't use it. So if anyone has
Broken
wanted
due
to
to
see
limescale build-up.
what's behind the scenes,
Oh, there you go. Behind the
Ah.
scenes. Have you seen the behind the scenes video? Yeah. There you go.
so we actually put quite a lot of detail into such an empty space that it's like no one ever sees it, but it's so cool.
Yeah, that is actually where the operating room is. They hide the door quite well, to be fair.
Yep.
You usually can't see it, and that window's blacked out, so you can't usually see it as well.
So you would be in here, and then eventually we'll have on the screens will be
that. Or vault.
huge,
Sealed.
huge amount of work has been done in here. New fire effects, new mist, new textures, lighting,
Twinkly light,
new
garden,
effects.
twinkly lights.
But yeah, when this goes, it is so much better. And then we've even added extra bits because that just is orange in real life, but I've made it an actual generator. 'Cause why
So
not?
I mentioned earlier that I would want to have specific rides or areas as a VR kind of demo standalone.
Yeah.
This will be one of the rides that ends up happening. I don't know when it will happen,
We've tried it.
but it will. I have tried it with literally just the vault. The experience is very similar,
It's
like
very
in VR
good.
to what you actually get, because it is all visual illusion
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
how it works.
It works really well. Okay,
It's
you don't get
really
the sort
fun.
of lifting out of the seat effect, but your brain still gets messed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because ours, okay, we could have faked it completely by having the seats not move at all, and it's all room, but ours actually does
What it does.
do the room and
Yeah.
the seats. which, depending on how we do the cameras, you'll either see or not see. Because in real life, I believe the cameras are sort of up here.
Yep, they are
They
mounted
just-
to the gondola hardware.
So you'd still only see the room
Yeah,
going around you.
the seats look static on a camera.
But we'll see. It would be nice to be able to show it actually doing what it really does.
Just get someone to move the seat behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, just go back and forth.
Or pay about £2,000 for a sim rig and
then pay us to actually include sim data.
Oh, question for you there, Blakey. What will you do with CBeebies Land? Will it be the old McDonald's farmyard instead?
Yes, it will be. But to answer simply, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, because we can't use the CBeebies IP. Yeah, bring back the magic. Let's have the farmyard back.
Yeah, thanks for that question, RMC Coasters.
Yeah, we're not
And
going to
the
deal with
bookworm
the
as well.
BBC.
Let's bring back the bookworm.
Yeah.
Someone has to record all the bookworm. Oh, look, Blakey with a deep voice.
Was the night
Who
before
happened to-
Christmas.
I was just going to say, who happened to voice the incredibly good Christmas release video?
Did. He did. So, who now has got Patreon in the chat? Because you need a shout out, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll have to make a screen that we put at the end of it, and
videos, and
we'll
stuff.
have to have a list and stuff.
James, go full screen a minute, please, pal. Thanks. We've got Gavlar, Lasat, Rideflix, Sam Woodall, Arctic Barry, Ida Faction. I think that's how you say it.
Faction?
Yeah, don't want to butcher your names, guys. So
Identification.
Pascal,
the chosen few.
nice one. Like I said, we'll get screenshots in the Discord server to people when everything is done. Get everything sent to you.
Yeah, we originally with the runes we did create a special PDF certificate, but they kind of got lost.
Thanks, Jack.
Being sent out, so those ones will actually be now sent out. I assume Patreon gives email addresses, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can message on Patreon as well directly.
Oh, can we do direct message to
Yeah.
Patreon? Okay, we'll probably do that.
Probably.
Like, if those are on that tier, we can do a direct message, so we can put it over there, or we could put them all in the Patreon access, but then other people would get access to them. It's a bit weird. So we'll sort something out on the certificates, because they are pretty cool. We did put quite a lot of effort into them. They're pretty fun.
Mark, yeah, we've touched on Galactica and Air previously on the stream, but yes, it will be Air, basically.
No, I can go back over. Right. Oh, and this is what happens. Idiot.
Have you crashed? Because I'm on
No,
James' screen.
No, it's fine. Just give me a minute. What?
It decided not to be
It's
visible.
still not deciding. What? That's new.
I mean, I can go over to her.
Wait, hang on.
Will you do any more Alton Towers vlogs?
There we go. Come on. There we go.
Maybe on here. Maybe. If you want to watch vlogs, go Coaster Gen. That's where we all are, basically. We're all on the vlogs over there.
Yeah, we've got Virtual Towers as the product and webpage and Discord, but there is also we are all Coaster Gen essentially now.
Yeah.
We are progressing slightly further away down another path, but we can't really discuss that.
No, very exciting times ahead, and we've got a brand new website over at Coaster Gen coming very soon, which will explain everything. So,
yeah, we can have a look at Air now if you want.
Here's Air.
So you can see that there is a lot of stuff that needs doing. Like none of this is. I mean, most of the track isn't even finished, like imported, and then the building, because this was originally then created to be the restaurant, does need a lot of rework again, which is really annoying because I really don't want to do it. Purely because.
Sorry, James.
I was following what he was talking about.
True. It looked
But
legit.
yeah, it's a lot more work to put back now than what it was
Before.
when it
But
wasn't.
I mean,
yeah.
we'll get to that. I mean, one of the things with Air is we need to get the landscaping, the
Yeah,
foliage,
so like
and
all of them are just
plantations. Yeah.
rock holes, buildings,
Which I know for a fact
fencing.
Dave can't wait to crack on with, because like,
Yeah, but
It's
it's
my
something that
fave.
what's that?
but it's something that can be done.
You can still work on that while we're over at Dark Forest. I mean, we can help out where we need to help out, but in terms of like,
Yeah, like tons of
foliage,
rocks,
and stuff.
and yeah, like all this tree cover was to basically block off the outside, but the extended queue line is up here,
Yeah.
and it will be accessible, because you just get some really cool shots up from here. Like same with
Yeah.
Nemesis.
Yeah.
The shots that you got from Nemesis, where like some of the gallery that we just released on Discord, the shots that some people came out
Look at
with
the
were
monorail.
phenomenal.
The
Like-
monorail in the back.
Generally,
Yeah.
some of the ones that we saw earlier, what was the name? Let me scroll up.
Was that Gav?
Yeah, Gavler. Some of your shots that you have like done some post-process editing to, genuinely, all of us were fooled into thinking that it was real
Yeah. Well,
at times.
props to you
We were
guys.
like, what? So yeah, the screenshots you've been getting are amazing.
We do like we touched on it briefly before, but getting a screenshot thing in the game would be so awesome for people, to be able to export.
It's just the way Discord works. Unreal works,
Yeah.
unfortunately. We managed to get them to work in Editor
But not in game.
because Editor saves to the projects folder, even though we gave it like explicit directory.
So I have had it. I've got it to save to my pictures folder.
Oh, did you actually
However,
manage
I
to
had
get
to
it there?
explicitly tell it exactly where that folder
Can
was.
someone drop a Discord link in the chat, please? I'll change the one in the description. It's from our last stream. That's why.
That'll be why. Let me just grab it.
I thought that had been updated because I didn't think we changed it.
It's all right. It's going to come in the chat in a second, guys. Just bear with.
Got it
Then
here.
ascend on the Discord.
Yeah. But there were some really good screenshots taken. We will try. We are going to keep trying and getting an output.
Dark Shadow, that's the old one.
I wonder if we could output to the games directory. Because it would know where that is, wouldn't it?
Third person when we have tried it. We need to redo the whole character system.
Oh, that is perfect timing to go back to
Where are we going?
what was.
the blue?
Did anyone
building.
get the answer correct?
I
Why?
don't know. Did
What
they?
was this building blue for? Why was it called? Why was it blue?
Why was the building blue?
Yes, why was the blooding bill?
I know why.
Care to enlighten us?
Your day.
Indeed.
Hey,
And-
Ginger one. Nice. Not Cal. He got it.
Nice. So yeah, your day.
Shout out to the Ginger
We-
one. Watches Chain Dogs every week.
Oh, nice. So your day.
Yes, your day.
Was originally a DVD of your day at the park.
It was indeed.
Followed you around.
And it didn't follow you very well because I remember using some of your footage and it was another
Yeah,
fan.
no, it was atrocious. It was absolutely appalling. Like, kudos for them coming up with that technology, but my God, they didn't get it working. But our play on your day will be your way to play.
Ooh.
This will be your
That's how it
character customization.
Character customization.
We will be updating our character system again, and it will be a fully customizable, dressable, everything. And this will be the building in which you go in, and it will be your day because that's your day on the park.
Yep.
It'll be where you go in, and you get to change the way you look. It's I like it in here. It's nice and blue.
It is nice in there.
Because that was literally all that was in here, just some metal fencing and just blue.
And will it
There
be
you go, up
where
here
you
with
want
a
to swap
million
out
DVDs.
rides to your liking? I mean, further down the line, we could
Ooh.
probably look into that. Like, yeah, you click
That's
a menu.
actually a good. Oh, that's
Great
actually a really
idea.
good way of doing it because
Yeah,
then
that's
we
a good
can get
idea,
away
Dave
with the
the
loading
Rave.
glitches.
Yeah, just go in there, change the time of hours you want.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool actually. Because
Oh, cool.
originally the idea was that you'd just be at the ride and in the control panel you can just like change it. But I actually really like the idea we can put it in here.
Shout out to Dave the Rave.
I think that will probably be the way we do it because
That'd
that
be cool.
makes so much sense.
You're welcome.
Downside,
yeah.
you will always have to come back here if you want to go to somewhere.
Yeah.
So if you're in X sector and you want to go back, you've got to come back to change it to then go back again.
But then we will have the teleportation thing.
Yes, but the teleportation for here is either top of Tower Street or X sector.
Maybe we could put a separate one in for the place where you
Or
change
your
the place.
that would you could probably teleport back to your day because we'll put it because the way I can't actually show the map system for full teleportation.
No.
But essentially what it will be is you'll go up to one of these. So this one will be eventually a map, but it won't be the map, it will be something better. So you go up to it, you interact with it, it brings up a widget, and then it will show you locations to transport to.
I think we've shown the I think we showed that in the previous stream.
I think we did. I'm just not sure if
Yeah.
any are they. No, they are set up, aren't they, James?
What was that?
The
maps.
teleports, they are still actually set up,
The
aren't
maps
they?
are still set up. I did try it
yeah.
in the version.
So I can show you from this one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ignoring my question, fair enough. What did you ask? How long has this taken you guys to get to this point?
I started when Nemesis was turning 20.
Yeah, there you go.
And a couple of years before that, because it was meant to be Project Nem20. That was when it was going to get released. So coming on 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Not great, but... So go up to a map, and then you click. That will be a completely different map. This is just the one we're using at the moment. But these are the locations in which you teleport to, not from. So I did actually move this one, so we can click on it.
I still got the Nemesis sound though. It's not got the magic.
Yeah, it's been replaced to that one. So up here is the other teleport location. So if you were coming out of Dark Forest, you'd come up here. Listen to the lovely music.
Use the BT phone.
Am I the one waving? That took me ages to find.
And then, so that was, no, X Sector was where we came from. But if we click on it,
Takes us to...
Perfect timing.
Oh! When did you start them going?
They've been running ever since.
Oh, right.
They are both only one train. Just
Someone
going
clip
round
that. That was mint.
Notice how we teleported from over there,
but
we come to the entrance to the area.
Yeah, we've put you in the area, pretty much.
So that's how it will be. So when, again, you come out, then you have to go back to the teleport location. Whether we use it on the app or not, I'm not sure if I agree that that should be how it should be used.
That one is up in the sky.
Yeah.
That one is...
Jumps off the monorail, apparently.
Why is that one up there, considering that's the same location?
It's not.
Is
They're
it because you raised the map
two
version?
separate
So,
Oh,
things.
yeah, no, that... Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah,
right.
no, it is. That's because you raised the map, Dad.
Yeah, because the
That's
other
hilarious.
teleport location is actually down here.
Which won't work.
No, because that's been disabled, and this one we only get to go back to
the previous center.
Yeah, so once you go over to here, you are now stuck.
For now, yeah. But when...
Or I
when...
just, like, you know, just F12.
Fly out. But yeah, there we go. I think we've covered a lot of things.
Is there any questions that we've missed out on?
I think Scare Maze,
Discord?
is my attic stuff still in there?
Yes. Do you want to show that?
No. Just show the blacked out windows.
Oh, they're not in this.
Oh, okay.
No,
No.
they're in a separate
Is
line.
that
It's
was
okay
left
then.
in.
It's fine. Basically, I have started working on Scare Maze.
Yeah, no, I took that out because it was in the wrong world.
Oh.
But yes, scare mazes, they will happen. They will take up the entirety of whatever space we decide, and eventually people will get to design their own mazes, and then as a vote we will choose whatever gets the highest vote,
Yeah.
and we will recreate it.
We won't be
So
doing
this-
mine tours. No.
We are not going to recreate any.
No. We're going to
Yeah,
put
this
our
is-
own spin on them.
Unless someone perfectly recreates it and tells us exactly what we need to do.
Yeah.
Dark Shadow.
So my tours could happen if Dark Shadow.
It's
Well,
no
literally a
pressure on you,
vote.
mate.
It's a vote
No
based
pressure,
on
James Free.
giving us all information, swatches, colours, design cues, scenery objects. Literally, we want it down to the nth degree before we'll recreate it. And then if whatever gets the vote
dear.
will go with the people, they'll give us more information because we aren't doing all your work. It's your scare maze.
Let's go down to the bottom of the Cobra Roll Smiler and watch it go around for a bit. So we've not seen it go around for a bit. The new speed animation as well.
Oh, I suppose we could also ride Enterprise
Hmm.
because
Maybe.
that works.
We're getting on nearly. This stream's gone on for a long time now.
Yeah, but we've got a lot to cover, so I think that's good because we've not repeated ourselves.
Yeah, to be fair,
All
we
new
haven't.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is just how much new stuff there is. Oh, there we go. Wait.
You
Aha!
can change time of day. Nice.
It's-
Is the
I've
lighting
saved it.
in? Oh, it is. Oh, there we go.
Ah,
I was on the new demo operating Ripsaw. Awesome.
Nice.
How many flips did you get?
let's see. Whoops, wrong button.
For those that have got the Patreon
Ooh.
access, the role in Discord will be sorted after the
Yeah,
stream.
that will be put probably in tomorrow.
It needs to be linked correctly.
Yes.
It looks like.
As many of it was crazy fun. Nice.
Let's see. What other questions have we got? Because I've only got part way down of the pre-shows and Doors of Hex. Talk about
I
that.
think we've done most
Gardens.
of them.
Any updates? No. Runaway Mine Train. Patreon kind old rides. Are you
Oh, there it
looking
is.
forward to modelling?
Oh,
Right, we're looking forward to modelling. I don't know.
I mean, Energizer is going to be quite fun, and it's got some really good physics as well, so that'll be fun to create.
I'm quite looking forward to the tractors because, again, trying to.
Yep.
Yeah, so I suppose that'll be interesting. Squirrel Nutty, that'll be quite fun to have squirrels going around.
Those will be fun.
can we have
Both in
wild?
actual fun and not fun.
Yeah. Can we have wild squirrels?
Yeah, wild squirrel there. Squirrels.
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 Squirrel.
Yes.
Squirrel.
And cats.
Squirrel.
We want Towers cats in there. We've already got ducks. Ducks are on the lake. Right, ducks are on the lake, but we want more. We want more AI. We want it to feel a bit more alive when you're in there.
So I'd like to bring the peacocks back, but there are no peacocks we can use. Remember the old towns with the peacocks used to roam around?
That's going back a few years.
That's going back some. But yeah, here's Smiler.
Let's see, what have we got? Ride controls, yes. Sea life interactivity.
just
of
realised
stroking the fish.
I'm a score is playing, so probably just.
Oh well. La 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 la. Well, we're talking over it. Doesn't count.
That's true. Is Oblivion running?
Yes.
Yes, it will be.
We can go ride Enterprise. This one? Aha.
Yeah, I've seen loads of wild cats thingy. Oh wow, riding Enterprise. I've not ridden this for a while. Last time I rode this was on a Coaster Gen stream and I got stuck. And he was all shouting at me in the chat.
So programming hasn't been finalised for Enterprise, hence why it is still giving the prompt to exit the ride.
Yeah.
And yes, it does exit the ride. I did it earlier.
Yes. So
No.
this is where things are still, because the way the seat system works is you have to program it in to the ride that it's paired to, whether it is actually able to be exited or not. So
God, black hole.
because
I don't think that's going to happen.
black hole, it'll appear in the park somewhere. Same as corkscrew. Same as the beast, maybe.
It's been given a list of track profiling to do by the sounds of it.
Nah, you won't have to model them much.
True, actually. That's true, yeah.
Because they'll be small.
Better.
Um,
Thunderlooper. That would be nice.
yeah, that would be nice. But could you imagine having to put Thunderlooper in, because you can't have Thunderlooper and Ripsaw? So you'd have to take out Blade and Ripsaw and change the landscape.
Just make it into a hill at the back with, like, rocks. Have to be just a bund, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it just wouldn't. Actually, I don't
Maybe a
think it would even have
skybox,
air.
maybe. What? No, it's dynamic. The whole thing. Oh, the old rides. What?
Oh, what? Put
Oh,
them
right.
as images.
Yeah. What would you like to see from the jewelry refurbishment?
A working ride. Oh, I love this time of day.
Yeah. Flame Hour is awesome. Jewel. Well, I'm just looking forward to having something that looks, feels, smells, rides, stories better than what it does currently. So anything really is better than what we've got currently. So I'm just excited for Jewel, and especially from what Mark Fisher said about it going back to the haunted house with the new story and stuff. It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
The Patreon payment, does it take one immediately?
Yes.
And then it takes one on the first of the month. So...
No, we've set it up to be true subscription.
Oh, is
so
it true?
will be
Okay.
take it.
Today.
It will take it now, and then it will be the same day, the recurring month. So originally it was set up that it would always take it on the start of the month, but ours is set up now to be the same day whenever you do it, which is the second of the month. So I mean, it's
So
pretty
for
close.
the chosen few, is it cancel it?
Yes, cancel the chosen few
Immediately.
once it's taken.
once
I'm
it's
pretty
and then
sure
the
it
month
should
after,
be
and then
straight
next month,
through.
get the thing you want. Because that'll take 2 payments, won't it? Otherwise.
It would, yes.
Yeah. Ooh, laggy. Why are you laggy?
What, James? What are
Laggy.
you looking at Nemesis for?
Yeah.
I was just had a view.
In the station.
The train looks very long.
Wicker Man's train looks long. Oh yeah, we can go ride Wicker Man. Go ride Wicker Man.
And then I think we'll call it, guys. It's been a...
Yeah, one more ride and we'll do Wicker. Yeah, we'll do one more ride as Wicker Man, because the station is pretty damn awesome in here. I mean,
Yeah.
and the fact that Dave modelled
Dave
that.
remodeled that. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Sick.
I mean, the work on that head was fantastic. And then custom painted to give it all the burn marks, sort of. Oh, such good work. And then let's see if it should still work. I know we, for some reason, hang on, I'm going to double check the collision.
Yeah,
on there.
Patreon does do VAT. We'll have a look into that.
Let's just have a look at the collisions, because we looked at it, didn't we, the other day, James, and it was weird.
Yes.
That one.
But are you all enjoying the Nemesis demo? That is the most important thing. Hopefully you are.
It's the cube of the fog.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes. So yeah, collision
That makes more
preset.
sense.
No collision. There we go. Aha. Again, oh, the station you can smell with your eyes.
Smell with your eyes. That's a very strange thing.
It's been
Oh,
worth the
can you-
wait. Nemesis is awesome. It's fabulous. Passed all my expectations. Absolutely. Totally found the key with a little hint. Demo is
Oh
amazing.
yeah. So with people that were struggling finding the key, I did put a list of all 6 locations on the Discord if you were struggling.
It was cryptic though, still.
Yeah, because I
Go
wasn't
front
gonna
row,
give it away.
Pete.
I think the chat should decide, where do we want to sit? We've got all the seats available. Where are we sitting?
What seat do you want? Let us spam the chat.
Front or back? There is only 2 choices.
F for front, B for back. Go.
Front, back, 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 back. We'll get more votes for the back at the moment.
I mean, that
Back
is the
row.
correct choice.
Yeah.
So,
5th row. Oh,
Fifth?
yeah, more for back.
No.
Back
Lower
row, I
choice.
think, guys. I think.
There we go. Harnesses down, and away we go.
And away she goes.
Again, still
Yeah,
Programming.
very heavy whip.
is.
Like, there we go.
Runs so much smoother. And jolt. Oh, we took the jolt out.
No, it's broken.
Oh, it's broken. Okay.
It's still programmed. It just doesn't work. We actually did program in the ability that jolty bit at the start, but for some reason just decided not to. Just not work anymore. But just being able to look around, do what
Yeah,
you
being able to look
want.
around on Wicker Man is like, and you can. Are you zoomed all the way in there? Can you zoom back a bit? Yeah, so you can do the old. Yeah, there you go. The one pain on Wicker Man is when only one shoulder fires.
Oh no! The sun's blocking the cameras. We have to stop it. Can't see.
Oh
It's taking
no!
the camera.
Oh, I remember that. That was funny. Whee! Here we go. No time. Whee. Oh yeah, this is how animation changes as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with how this bit turned out. Proper yeet. Yeet. There you go. Press E right now. No,
No, do not press E.
don't do
It
it.
will break. It will go crazy.
The boring turnaround. John Wiley doesn't like. Hey, here we go. All the flames are working. You can change it to nighttime while you're riding, by the way. Ah,
It's just very dark.
darkness into the
Also, the
tunnel.
sound is like way off, and
Oh yeah, the sound's not right and stuff, but look at Katanga Canyon. Lit up. Whee! Press D.
and that's what
Oh, we
happened.
actually did have it a target in the station. I thought they were linked to the train still.
There's Bob at night.
I mean, if that's not a good, and the moon.
Yeah, that'll do.
And the Skyride as
Going
well.
to
now.
cinematic. Going to cinematic. There you go. Yeah, everyone's
You just hear
missing
the
Wicker Man.
crackling
So,
in the background.
yeah. Right then, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for this stream.
Yep.
Like we said, if you join Patreon, we'll be doing more streams over on our Discord server. If you have enjoyed it, please do give us a big thumbs up. Also, check out the links in the video description. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Turn notifications on as well so you don't miss any videos that Dave makes or if we go live. Because, yeah, there's going to be some stuff coming soon. Updates will be a thing when they're ready. We politely ask you to give us time. We give you Nemesis. Give us time. And we'll work as well as we can. All the Patreon stuff, the bricks, the runes, and all that stuff will get done over the next couple of days, and we'll be in contact with you over Patreon Messenger and in the Discord server.
Yeah, we'll get the Patreon on Discord sorted out, which will have the custom custom special artwork things that we'll take from in-engine. If you're on the tiers that require that, we'll sort them out. We've got lots and lots and lots of things coming out. That's for sure. So many things are being worked on that we can't even begin to show how much stuff is behind the scenes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean that was just a little taste of what's going on. But hopefully,
and also quite stable. Like it didn't crash. I'm quite impressed.
Well, yeah, let's not tempt fate. But yeah, that was really fun, guys. Thank you so much for all your interaction as well. If you do make a video of the Nemesis demo or any content, please do tag us on Twitter and on Facebook as well, and show us in Discord in the gallery that we've made. So yeah, we look forward to seeing your content, and yeah,
Keep looking for the cheese.
Keep looking for the cheese. And we really appreciate the support. Massive thank you to everybody who supported us on Patreon, and for everybody who's watched the stream. Thank you so much. Leave a comment if you're watching this on playback, and if you're here all the way to the end, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Well, yeah, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.